Hey, it's another Saturday night. Welcome to the GrimDark. And thank you for the sub, Jeff. Appreciate that very much. And thank you for the raid Saturday. Hope you all had a good game. Wish a happy birthday to our very own TP Kate.
Yay.
See if I can find my music here.
It's not her birthday anymore.
It is where she lives.
Here.
It is here.
Let me have this.
And I think are we still missing a Nicholas?
Yep.
We are sans Nick.
I guess that was why I didn't hear all the bitching going on. That's why he's
Yeah, we didn't have a plotted rant.
Okay, there's the music link for anybody that wants it. Some music going. I'm running a little behind tonight. People dragging.
Are we starting without him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't gonna I was just waiting for Brandon or Nick, either one, to show up before I started the countdown. And I think music's going. Looks like it is.
Oh, it's my fault.
Yours or Nick's. It's Nick's fault now because you showed up.
I said I was going to be late, and I was here before most of you.
But you were barely late.
And I always say I'm going to be. Or when I'm going to be.
It's like you half-assed being late there, Scott.
I'll try harder next time.
Whole ass that stuff
hours
next
late.
time.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to, right before Bradley cuts off the stream, that's when I'm going to join. And I'll be like, look, I was here. I get full credit.
So who remembers what we did last week?
We leveled up.
We
Yes,
did.
you did. That was after we cut the stream. Everybody got to level up.
I think I ate some rocks.
Ate some rocks.
I don't remember that part.
Oh, that must have just been me then.
Now I remember him being
He
unconscious.
celebrates every stream.
Y'all
Son of
had
rocks.
traveled to a windmill that turned out to be the one that you have the deed for.
My windmill.
Yeah, I don't know how
Was
much
my
that deed is
windmill.
worth anymore.
Not a lot.
Is it so actually this is a weird question, Bradley. Is it a deed to just the windmill or is it a deed to the whole little island it's on too?
Well, yeah, it's the land it's on as well. So I mean,
Okay.
you have that little rock.
Sweet. That's cool. I just want to know if I can
Because
maybe we could turn this into a cool little base.
As things ended, that it's in the process of burning to the ground at the moment, as well as a medium-sized barge that is on fire and drifting towards the opposite shore. Just as you would finish killing a rage fire elemental. That was pretty much all of last episode, as you getting to the windmill and fighting. There was a flock. Is that what you would call it? I don't know. What is a group of gargoyles? Is that a squad?
A quarry.
Murder?
A quarry.
A quarry of gargoyles? A mostly naked woman, kind of crazy, that was apparently a witch, who she had imprisoned this rage fire inside a large crucible inside this windmill, which she was not sure what she was using it for, but it managed to get out quicker than it should have with the help of a water blast. But thankfully, it was more interested in vengeance upon the witch than it was y'all. However, during that fight, Orin did manage to almost burn to death, and Moose almost went down from it as well, throwing Orin over his back and carrying him out at the last. And that's where we left off, with the critical blast from Sock into the rage fire, destroying it. And we pick up on y'all on the shore there, beaten and damaged. I think did Orin get healed to consciousness? It
Yeah.
shows he has hit points. Okay, and the barge on fire, drifting towards the other shore.
That wasn't us, was it?
No, we're not on the barge.
No, that wasn't our fault, was it?
Define our fault. Not really.
Did you set it on fire? Was this
No.
you?
No, he was throwing water around.
As
Should
opposed
we-
to the other 50% of the time, this time when something was set on fire, it was not my fault.
Should we do something about that?
Does it look like it's gonna finish? Like it's gonna burn down to the water before it reaches the shore?
That's what it's looking like. It's still drifting. It's out of your range unless you've got some way to get everybody over there. Sock would probably be able to get to it, but the fire's spreading as it's not like it's a power engine, but it is
How
slowly
far-
drifting over there.
How many feet away is it?
When you finish blasting, I believe it was around the 180 mark.
That's too far for my other thing. I can probably stop it. It's not going to be a good way, though.
Do we
Does
see
anyone have
people,
any
like-
objections to me blowing it up all the way?
Well, hold on, Sokko. Are there people running around on the deck, like still on fire, screaming, potentially
you
savable?
you can still hear some screams, but they've died out for the most part.
I mean, hopefully they jumped in the water.
It'd be cool if we could use that. You know, if we want to live on an island.
Very
You gonna
small
use
one,
the barge?
made of rock,
Yeah, if we're going to live on an island.
with lots of razor sharp,
I
jagged.
don't think I want to live on this
stones.
island.
That's it. You're grounded. You're living on this island. That's that. You'll live on this island and you'll fucking like it.
I just look sadly at the ground.
It's the worst birthday ever.
I don't really have a better way to get around to it, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna cast Fly on myself. And is it night or like what is the lighting situation?
Let me look here if I updated last time. Because I want to say y'all left that morning, and it took, I want to say about 3. So I'm saying this is probably around 1 p.m. Or we'll just make it noon, actually, because I've got a button to do that real quick.
Sorry guys, I'm not willing to cast Fly on myself and out myself out there.
That is okay.
Somebody else might have to handle this one somehow.
Let me
You know what? I
put on my
think
big
we did
wings.
a great job here. We killed that elemental. It was probably going to ravage the town. We did plenty.
See, that's kind of what I'm thinking. We did all right. Like, what are they going to come at us for?
Actually, I'm adjusting it to 3 because y'all did spend a few hours unloading the barge that y'all came over in.
It looks like most of the people on the barge managed to get off. It's just going to the pier. They've probably got a fire department.
Let's hope they do.
And as he says that, it's punctuated by you hear splitting and cracking timbers as the barge breaks in half and starts sinking.
See, it's fine. Let's go home.
Problem solved.
I'm sure it'll work out just. Oh,
So is home this rock now?
No.
There's-
You know what? That's like, how do we get off?
There is a tiny dinghy on the edge of the pier, but the waters are very treacherous. They swirl. There's lots of jagged rocks. The barge you came in on had steel reinforcements along the bottom, and was also slow and trudging. The little dinghy is a way off, but it looks pretty perilous, especially trying to cram 6 of you onto it, and one of you being moose size. And for those listening by moose size, I don't mean the animal; I mean the player character.
Although pretty close. Yep. Now's about the time that what am I trying to say? I recall someone thinking maybe we could use contacts with Orin and the city guard to, bring us out here on a boat so they knew where we are. Except now nobody knows where we are except the guys who, fucked off with the boat that brought us here.
More timbers you hear closer by, cracking and crashing as the windmills coming down.
You want to make me fly, Sock?
What good would that do us?
I mean, I can take you to shore.
I mean, the whole point is that I'm trying to get people not to see a flying person. It is 3 p.m. precisely as described to us.
Well, if you're too afraid to do it, I'll do it.
All right, go ahead, cast fly on yourself.
Or we could just sit here and keep doing what we're doing.
I think
I'm
we
gonna
should just
check
get in the
out
dinghy.
the dinghy. Yeah,
I'm not getting on the dinghy.
guess you live here now.
Well, then you can live here then.
Works fine by me. You guys can move on without me.
I'm gonna command Scab to do the thing, and Scab is gonna sit in front of you and stare at you with her big wet eyes until you give in.
Save
Orin, are you
versus
truly
puppy dog
intent-
eyes.
Are you truly intent on not getting on the dinghy?
Yes.
Okay, well, fine then. And I'm gonna wave my hand around in a complicated motion. I'm gonna poke him on the forehead, and I'm gonna cast water breathing.
Charm person. Get on the dinghy.
Whoop.
It's a level 3. That's good enough, right?
It's exactly what you need.
Okay, there. Now you can
Girl.
just swim back. Have fun.
All right. Now you can fuck off.
See if I ever help him again. Give him an out, and what do I get? Fuck off.
So grumpy today. What's up with you? We got to fight scary monsters. You love fighting scary monsters.
Yeah, I don't like riding dinghies in shit conditions.
And I gave him an out, and he told me to fuck off for it.
Yeah, fuck off.
I think that's what being brought close to the precipice of death does to you in a day.
And as you kind of, with the talk of like how you're going to get off here and looking out towards that dinghy, the rough waters and the chop of it, you do catch sight of several fins that break the surface of the water. Like,
oh, good,
you
dolphins!
Then you start looking around, and like the entire island is kind of infested. The waters are infested with lots of aquatic life.
They've got water breathing too.
All right, let's all get climbing in the dinghy.
Can more than like 3 of us fit in there at once?
Fit? I mean, yeah. Comfortably, no. Precarious, yes. I would be careful with the placement of Moose. You may want him to lay in the middle of it.
I was gonna say we do have a moose.
Now, is that we have a moose like an outboard motor, or we have a moose that's a problem?
We have a moose that's a problem because he's
Okay.
enormous.
He's going to be the one rowing. It's fine.
You see him like sitting like either at the front or the back, and everybody else sitting on top of each other on the opposite end.
Just don't lean left. No.
All right, Moose, you get on the end,
Okay.
and I've got a little bit of a strategy that I might be able to employ to make this a little bit easier for everyone. And I'm going to. How are these? Are these like free oars, or do they have like the little hooks so that you can have two
Yeah,
at
it's
once?
just the oars are laying inside of it. It's got like the where you can put the mounts to kind of
Okay.
keep them centered, but you don't have to use that. You could like one person could grab one that if you wanted two people to kind of work in
Okay.
tandem.
Well, Moose, here we go. Sit on this end. Put the oars through the mounts here, and so now you can row it. And make sure you hold. Now you got a good hold on those, right? All right, good. I'm gonna cast Levitate on him,
On who?
Moose. Yeah, I'm just not gonna have him weigh anything and hold himself down with the oars.
Okay. Give me the check. That without a problem.
So, Moose no longer counts towards any weight on the dinghy and can still row us.
Trying to
We should
picture
have most of us.
the communist as he heaves on the oars and the boat moves forward and he just floats off the top of it.
That's why I told him to have a good grip on the oars. He needs those to stabilize himself. Put his feet underneath the seat so he can hold himself down or something.
You see, he does it. He holds on tightly. The boat moves forward. Then he pulls himself back, and the boat pulls back towards him. So you're just you can get it secured. Somebody can like sit on each side of him, maybe hold a leg.
I was gonna say
something.
hold him down if we need to. Fine.
Okay. Who wants to roll me a percentile die? We'll see how this goes.
I'm gonna cast Nature's Aura as well to calm creatures within 30 feet of us. Maybe prevent them from
Okay.
attacking us.
Make that roll.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I saw that one hovering over there. Like
The
somebody's
fish
about to
are
get
so
an
calm.
aneurysm. Okay, so that as
I
you
feel much more relaxed.
yeah, so let's someone throw me a percentile. Y'all decide who wants to throw the percentile and to see how badly y'all do or don't get out of here on this instead of making multiple checks. We'll just do that. We'll do kind of a luck style.
Reggie, you do it.
Roll
Oh, I've
percentile. Just some percentile.
nice. I got proficiency in percentile dice. Oh no.
Oh dear.
No.
Oh. Uh-oh.
No, this was because I'm like, I'm giving you the small chance to get out of here, not like how bad you like. This would have been a roll high; it would have been bad. So, yeah, it's never the same for me. Like Kelso's is always the same. High is good for DM, low is good for player. Mine, I give in my head. It's like, what are the chances they can safely navigate this? I'll give it a 30% chance, and then I'll, as an example, that's not necessarily what I had for this one. So you need to roll with what I'm basing it on in my head. So yeah, this was to not to get out good, not how bad is it going to be. So actually, you Moose has apparently rowed boats before quite often, and he's managing to maneuver where it's kind of at a side angle hitting the waves and coming down so it's not rough, and then along with the aura that's emanating, from Cleo, you see Finn's coming in, but then they kind of just are keeping their distance. And even let's see, let me read that again. Yeah, it's
They're
just
just way more relaxed when they try to kill
right.
us.
Yeah, it doesn't give anything where there's any connection there. But yeah, other than they're calm, so they're kind of just ignoring the boat. And it takes y'all probably about, just because of the awkwardness and trying to be careful, it takes you about 45 minutes to get to the shore. But you make it safely. Where do you want to head to now?
I think we should. This is kind of the Count's thing, right? We go tell him that the.
Well, he's not around.
Yeah, say because he had requested that you kind of take care of this before the Inquisition gets wind of it, if you could. And if you also remember, the Inquisition was requesting you set up a meeting with him as well. That he did not seem too keen to do such.
Just go home then. Whatever.
So, where to?
Did we have any other hooks besides that stuff?
No, he was. This started out with the quote corpse that got up running through the streets burning. Is where this all started.
Yeah, I
And
think we go
has
see if the
led
Count's home.
to this, which you seem to be the source with the potions you found, which Reggie still has one of. And
Wait,
I
is that
believe
a potion?
Max is the only one that knows you have it.
No, I brought it up to the whole
Did
party.
you? Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, because it was our backup plan for the sideways boat.
And the one that the organ grinder had thrown, it looked like the same type of flask, was a much smaller version of the thing that come out of this cauldron.
So now I think back on that, am I getting the sense that because there was that little spigot too, were they like distilling off pieces of this elemental?
Didn't really have a chance to find out.
Man,
But you do know that it was
it's like
in
weapons
a big
manufacturing.
crucible type, almost like trying to think, like a giant water heater, almost, but made of cast iron.
Like a boiler.
Yeah, boiler. There we go. And it was definitely, this isn't the. You can tell the interior of the windmill had been deconstructed to accommodate this thing, and it was patchwork together too. It's not like one big casting of this boiler.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
think best bet is go check in with the Count. Right? We're done here.
Okay.
Like job.
I mean, yeah,
done?
that seems like a good idea.
Take you a little bit to maneuver through the streets. Everything's still busy at this time of day. We'll say about 6 o'clock that you make it back to your place, kind of get cleaned up a little bit. Which I'm really bad. I have not made his card yet, or a name. And you've actually never been given a name either. But the guy that you've seen, kind of, you don't know if he's a bodyguard, a manservant. The guy that in very thin, tall, long, straight black hair, dagger and pair of daggers that you've seen at the Count's castle. He's just sitting there waiting.
Good afternoon.
Looks like some of you are a bit worse for wear.
So, is it out of curiosity? Did Orin just like swim next to the boat, so he didn't get mauled and he was in the 30-foot circle?
Well, I figured y'all all got on there, and I mean, he could have. It would have kept them away. However you want to do it. If he held onto the edge of the boat,
Okay.
got all wet.
He was just absolutely adamant not getting in the dinghy.
I will hold on to it, but I'm not getting in it. I was under the assumption that the mini fins would have decided, you know what, the dinghy's not so bad.
Those guys
I
eat
could be
slap
wrong.
sharks for us. We should let them go. Our main competitor.
Slap sharks.
I'm assuming that the smoke on the horizon is related to this, and he's kind of just makes kind of the circular motion with his finger pointing at Orin and Moose with all the burned clothing and scarring of fire
No.
on them.
Completely
Not-
coincidental.
Not every fire in the city is our fault. This one is, though.
Technically, it was the fault of that giant fire elemental.
That is also true. It's not our fault. We were actually. It was not our problem, but we were the solution.
Well, the count will be
And Salk
pleased to
did
that.
put the elemental out.
He kind of looks quizzically, like elemental.
Creature made
but-
of fire.
And this is no longer going to be a problem.
No. I put him out like a match.
We don't think this is a problem, right?
Good, good.
No, I don't think it's a problem.
I will let the count know. I'm sure he will be pleased. And if there's any way you could hurry your friends along, he's looking at you, Sog. We don't really want
I have a
them
couple ideas in mind.
staying. And
We want to set up an outpost here, but I don't think that will be much of a problem, really.
And the count sends his regards, and he pushes or pulls up from like beside him a small little chest. It's maybe a foot long, about 8 inches high, 8 inches wide. And then he gets up and walks out.
I'm going to look at the chest and walk over to it, and I'm going to get close to it and turn around and say, I try to think that I'm above worldly pleasure, but it's really hard to beat a good meal that you pay for, you know? Does anybody else want to do the honors, or should I?
The box is already open before you finish the first sentence.
I get the squirt bottle out. That's for the group. I hard water blast right in his face.
No.
The ultimate squirt bottle. The final answer to the super soaker problem. Would anyone besides Max like to open the chest?
He did have kind of a rough go of it at the windmill. I was going to give it to him.
I roll my eyes.
You know who had a rough go of it at the windmill?
Oh, I thought you were above worldly pleasures too. My bad.
Since when?
I don't know. These campaigns bleed together.
In my defense, I did say I try to be above such things. I do not always succeed. A bit of a soft spot for a good meal here and there. Who doesn't? Orin? Somebody? Anybody gonna open this up?
I open it.
You snooze, you lose, I guess.
Okay, well, since you opened it, roll me. Hang on, I got the wrong thing here.
Uh-oh, cursed chest.
You have the curse chest, and it eats your
Not
hand.
again.
Counts betrayed us. Knew this day would come.
First off, roll me a d10. Oh shit. Now roll me a d4.
She gets a 5.
It's a mimic.
There are 10 black sapphires in there, each worth 5,000 gold apiece.
Holy. What? I'm just imagining the guy that gave it to us looks back. He's like, oh shit, wrong box.
The guy walks back into the castle and sees a completely different chest. And he's like, oh shit! I gave him the wrong one!
Why does this have 500 gold in it? Where am I?
Shit.
So,
Yeah.
hang on, let me.
He comes back, we're long gone. He's like, oh
Make
no.
her
The
in your
count-
favor.
the count's gonna kill me!
Okay, so those are in the party sheet. Hey, that's chaos rolls right there. I just let you roll to see what's in it. And there's also one little bag. Nice little velvet bag. And it's got a note on it, and all it says is Cleo.
Oh, if I would have known you were gonna get to open 2 things, I'd have given it to Max.
Sucks
You
to
don't
be
get to.
you.
You don't get to roll for the. You don't get to open the next thing.
Here, he can open my thing. Make it fair.
You're gonna.
What?
I think I know what this is, but it's like you're just gonna let him do it. All right, I like it.
Okay, well, Max will open the package marked Cleo, I guess.
I mean, it's for me, but you can open it.
It's not the first time you've opened Cleo's mail.
I mean,
Exactly.
I guess looking at it that way, I'm very good at opening other people's things.
So
So
you good pull the little string that it's tied with, and it won't undo.
I try to cut into the silk with my knife.
It's like almost like the knife is like a toy in auction. It's dull. It's like it's just sliding back and forth.
Dude,
You
that's a
test
cool
your
little
thumb
bag.
on
Don't
it,
cut it.
You test your thumb on it, and yeah, it's sharp, but it won't cut it.
What's the matter, Max? You having a, one in 4 men moment?
Do you need me to loosen the knot for you?
Max throws the bag at
Oh,
Sock.
okay.
Oh man, I really wish it was possible to cast knock in a way that was like
Max throws it at the side of Sock that has the broken the broken wrist.
I just let it hit me, like in the shoulder or something.
Yeah, he just looks at it, falls to the ground.
It's rude, Max. I can't believe you would do that after I shot you with the squirt bottle.
It won't open. I think Cleo's supposed to open it.
I'll pick it up with my
Maybe you're
not
just
busted.
not strong enough.
I'll pick it up with my not
There's
broken
Nick.
hand and give it back to Cleo.
Okay, well, that's a little weird. I'm gonna open it.
It just pulls and opens without an issue. It's just a string on there. Happy birthday.
Nice.
And there's a ring in it. It's a nondescript, just silver band.
Guys, is Lord Grishnak proposing to me?
I was gonna make the joke, but Cleo beat me to it by like 1 second.
Should I say yes? He's kind of old. He's rich, though. That's nice.
I mean, we've already got the money. I mean, there's not really any point now.
It's silver, not gold.
Yeah, but he also just gave us 10 $5,000 chips.
It's a dowry.
Cleo, this is not a proper proposal unless he has killed a grizzly bear and presented its pelt to you.
The knock at the
Moose,
door.
I have such bad news.
There's
for
a
you,
grizzly
Moose. Let me
bear
get the door
pelt
first.
waiting.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Yeah.
I was about to say, Moose, not every culture does that, but if there's a grizzly bear pelt outside the door, Sock's gonna start
No.
questioning himself.
Well, I simply can't say no. I'll put the ring on, sure.
Okay. You don't feel any different, but it fits perfectly.
It's cute, I guess. Wait, Sock, is it cursed? Oh god. Sock,
I don't know.
Can you
Identify
look?
isn't in this game.
Can you take it
Kind of
off?
too late now, isn't it?
am I able to take it off?
Yeah, it comes off.
Okay. I don't think it's
Oh,
cursed.
well, there you go.
I put it back
Well, that
on.
wasn't so bad.
It doesn't go on now. No, it's a reverse curse.
You only get to wear it once.
Yeah, you don't feel any different, but it fits perfectly.
Nothing wrong with the little bling.
Which finger do you put it on?
Left middle finger.
Okay.
I was just waiting for the answer to be finger?
You don't have any now.
Bad.
All you stumps.
Oh,
Okay,
congratulations on your new fanciful piece of jewelry, Cleo.
Thank you.
Now, all of you can tell they're nice. Max, you of course definitely when you look inside, you know what those stones are and how well cut they are.
There's
Max.
a lot of money in here, like a whole bunch.
Okay. Just
There's
wanted to make
one
sure.
whole stone in here.
I squirt bottle.
The force of the squirt bottle knocks all the gems out of his clothing.
Spill spaghetti all over the floor.
Every time he squirts, another one just drops out of a fold of the clothing.
Max, we're gonna get you clothes that don't have pockets.
No, you wouldn't dare.
I think I would, actually.
Even worse, just get the ones with the fake pocket edge.
I slap one of his top hats off and the rest of the gems come tumbling out. Besides,
Man.
you're trying to run like a criminal organization. You're gonna get enough money anyway, as long as you manage it right.
That's true. That's true.
But if you took all of these gems, you could just retire now.
Yeah,
go-
I'm in it for, I'm in
I
it for
mean,
the
we
love of
could
the
all
game.
retire on like one of these.
Yeah,
I
5,000
don't
gold's
get to
gonna go a long
retire.
way.
Yeah, this is an exorbitant amount of money in this setting. Like a stupid amount of money.
I mean, we did like a pretty cool job, but it wasn't like insane or anything. This is a lot. This is a lot.
Do you guys think we can like build like a? We should rebuild something on that island.
Why?
We should get our
We
own
could just-
little miniature keep built there.
We could get a cool island with this money, not some like weird little tiny rock island.
I mean, with this much money, we could find a cool island and move it to where our tiny rock island is.
As you have this
God.
discussion in the manor house you were gifted.
we could be the new count. We could rule.
Max, calm down. We're not there yet.
Guys, I think we accidentally got gifted his nest egg.
I have a suggestion. I think we should use the
If
money
your
to
suggestion
hire...
is give half of it back, I'm killing you.
No, my suggestion is to use the money to hire the world famous bard L to perform for us.
I heard he's in the area hunting down another man named Grishnak. I know
Unrelated.
I'd like to build a church, but that's just with what I'm going to do with my share.
Sock, I hate to tell you this, but the only people who are allowed to give the church money are poor people.
I am the church. They're giving it to me. It's my church.
I feel like this is money that's actually going to be hard to spend. Like nobody's gonna. You can't walk into, anywhere in town and be like, "Yeah, just do you have change for 5,000 gold?"
You're right. It doesn't matter at this point anyway. We're getting too bogged down in what we're going to do with our future fortune when we need to be figuring out what we're going to do right now.
Yeah, you still got some. You said you had some thoughts about helping your previous coworkers decide they had better business elsewhere.
Something like that. They're probably not going to leave until they get something here. But luckily, we know of a couple of somethings they could happen to run into, and perhaps we could convince them that the rest of it is done for.
I refuse to give up the pie lady.
Do you guys remember the pie lady?
I love the pie lady so much. We
I
should
have
go get
such
pies.
bad news for you.
Wait, what?
We're going to have to give up the pie lady.
What? Why?
Because they're not going to leave unless they get
What did the-
something.
I mean, her pies are good, but like, she's not a criminal. Unless I missed something.
She's not a criminal per se. She is using powers beyond her knowledge to create pies. I'm not really comfortable with that, and I don't know why you are.
I must have missed this revelation. I have some thinking to do.
Hey, welcome, Hard. Welcome.
So I suggested that we give it a that happens in character. Sock just like trips over his words for a second.
Oh, guys, it's starting.
Oh no, I've gained 7 years and I'm going senile. They're just not going to leave unless they get something, and that's the easiest thing to give them. I don't think
Okay.
it would be that hard to convince them that we solved all the other problems since we did the changeling thing.
Now,
was why I-
help me remember when you first met up with them, like when they showed up here. Did they have a specific thing they were looking for? Like,
Well,
they
I
brought
initially
that
told
weird
them
lady
that
with them.
I just wanted some help in dealing with something that was going on here because I thought that Grishnak was going to be a little more of a nuisance.
Oh, wait, you brought them here?
Yes. Sock
I
just
think I
offers
missed
that
that
with no
detail.
resistance. Oh, yeah, I didn't really mention that, did I? Yeah, that was me. It was, 19 months ago, I think.
It was several months ago you'd sent the message, but that had to take a while to travel.
Well, yeah, because it would have been about 19, because you told us we had an 18-month time skip. I'm adding the time before we had the skip and
Yep.
also like the last one. So it'd be about 19 months. Man, I sent
The
those
friends
19
are very
months ago.
slow on the uptake, aren't they?
They can be slow to mobilize sometimes. I did send these all the way to a place called Drispol. I'm from the area. Wait, no, I'm not.
I mean-
I'm from Calth. I'm getting my backstory wrong.
No, you were with the Inquisition out of Drisport.
Yes. Oh, which was the same Inquisition that went to Calth. So yeah, I guess I am from the area. I'm not getting my stuff wrong. I'm just not running the logistics through my head very well. I guess I would be from the area.
And I know that because I literally, like, 2 minutes ago looked at your notes to double check something.
So I am from the Inquisition that's out of Drisport, which is near a city that was named Calth. Now it's more like a ashen crater.
Oh, so kind of like our new windmill.
A little bit. But unless anyone else has any ways to get rid of them, they did only show up with 20 people. We could try to pick them off one at a time. I'd really rather not, though. They really
No,
are out there doing good work.
If they don't get back to wherever they need to go, they'll probably send more.
Actually, the Count told us that the other members of the Inquisition that came here did disappear, and they didn't seem to send more. maybe it wouldn't be so bad. But I'd really rather not do that. They are out there doing good work, protecting everyone.
Let's try
Mostly.
the passive way of getting rid of them first.
So are we gonna give them the pie lady, or are we gonna just try and convince them that everything here is okay?
I think we just start maybe by saying everything's okay, because if they can't find anything, then that means this town's fine, right?
How long has it been since they've been here, Bradley?
I want to say probably about 3 weeks.
Oh, that's definitely more than I would have thought. I mean, perhaps if they haven't found anything at this point, we could just convince them that it's all solved and that we've got this under control.
I'd honestly be surprised if they haven't found something in 3 weeks with the amount of things we keep running into in this town.
From my
You are
understanding,
correct.
the Inquisition is very good at finding things, whether they are there or not.
That is also true. Oh no. You're all gonna make me talk to that guy, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sold on that idea now that I know that you're the one that called them here in the first place.
I didn't think they would specifically send an Inquisitor that didn't like me.
What's the ratio of Inquisitors that like you to dislike you?
I have no genuine comeback to that. I have none. I was exiled. That's it's a pretty good indicator of how many like me.
Yeah.
What do the kids call it these days? Owned?
I don't know, man.
Bamboozled? But I suppose if they haven't found anything, we could try to just convince them to go.
That seems the most straightforward to me, given you reached out for help on something, and then maybe that problem came to a head and we just came back from it. It almost killed our friend Oren here. It almost killed his bodyguard Moose. But then we solved it. So maybe there's no problem anymore?
Well, there's only one way to
That
find
kind
out,
of
I
connects.
suppose.
I have a suggestion, and I think all of us would like it very much. Instead of the pie lady, let's just give them Reggie.
We're not going to give them Reggie.
And I look at Reggie and I just give him a big smile, but it doesn't look like it's right. It looks like Moose is really struggling to figure out what a smile should look like.
I have an out of character question, Bradley.
What's that?
In the time that I knew this other Inquisitor, was he like a hardline Inquisitor, or is he a little more radical?
He's pretty straight edge, hardline.
Damn. Radicals are a little easier to deal with.
That's part of why he don't like you, because it takes a lot to be so zealous and over the top with the job that they kick you out, Mr. Butcher of Cal.
It was 16 people and a few Inquisitors. I think
How
we've
many
actually talked
animals?
about it before, Bradley. Like, for out of character, I think we did talk about, like, the torturing wasn't really what got Sock kicked out. I think we talked about that, right?
I believe so, but
It
I
was-
don't recall all the
Oh, okay.
details.
Okay, that's fine. The torture they were surprisingly okay with. It was what happened because of the torture that they were less okay with. I'll send you a quick.
But his message was not quick. In fact, it took a moment.
There's some typos in there.
I'm fine. Nice.
Wait, has Moose been hiding his
There we go.
alternate self? Like, is that common knowledge among the party that Moose is also now afflicted?
I've only shared it with Sock. I haven't
Oh,
shared
okay.
it with the rest of the party.
That feeling when the Chaos Worshipper is among the most normal people in the group. I suppose we can just try to convince them to leave. Do you think who among us is the most avid attender of a bar? I'm sure some of the inquisitorial retinue will love a drink or two. They've got to go somewhere for it.
I point at Moose.
I don't know who that would be, but while you discuss amongst yourselves who's going to talk to them, I'm going to go get a drink.
Moose, while you're getting a drink, I need a favor.
Yeah, sure. What do you need?
If you see anyone wearing this symbol, and I'm going to draw like the eye, can you ask them if they found anything strange in the area?
Yeah, not a problem.
Don't be super direct about it either. You're gonna have to approach this with a little more subtlety than you used to. You know what? We should all just go with
the
Moose.
rest
You
of
know
the
what?
party
Let's
kind of
just-
looks at each other.
Maybe entrusting
I'm-
Moose alone. This is not the best idea. Maybe we should all just go.
I'm insulted that you would assume that I do not know what the word subtlety means, even though you're absolutely correct.
How many are there of us? 6? We could each split up into groups of 2 and hit different locations.
You know where they're staying because for like the first week they stayed on your premise at your manor.
Oh, I know.
house.
I'm not trying to go directly to their headquarters. I'm trying to be more like, get one of them a few drinks and be like, so did you guys find anything weird? I want to get a feel for where they're at before I march in there and say, you guys haven't found anything weird. Can you leave? And then they're like, actually, we found like 7 different things in the last 3 weeks. And I'm like, oh.
We could just ask them if they found anything weird. Like, we know where they're staying. We could just directly ask.
I really don't want to do that. Is that the consensus among everyone else?
Well, so what's wrong with you going to the guy who came at your request for help and telling them they took too long because we just solved it?
Because if I try to make him look bad in front of his other people, he might not like he might like me even less. But
Does
if
it have
that's
to
the
be in front of-
consensus, if that is the consensus among us here, I suppose I suppose I'll have to take responsibility.
So, I'm confused. Does that mean
Well,
I can
hold
go
on,
get a
hold on.
drink?
I mean, I've got guys. I've got guys in the city. I mean, I'm sure if I ask them to go do a shift at a bar, they're not going to say no. They can gather some information.
See, that's all I'm trying to ask. I just want to know what I'm walking into before I walk into it.
Like, I mean, yeah, I can have my guys. Like how do you want to wait like a couple days or?
No, I'd rather do it immediately, actually.
No, I mean, do you want to have a couple days worth of information gathering or one night? How big a net do you want to cast? Is what I'm asking.
Small? I'm just asking one question.
Okay, well, I can, have my guys canvas the town's bars, and we can take the night off, and then tomorrow morning I can get a report, and we can go from there.
I look at the rest of the group.
Is Oren still head to toe third-degree burns?
Well, I don't feel great if that's what you're asking.
He's head to toe third-degree burns, and also he's soaked because he walked back.
Yeah, we probably need a rest
Yes,
at
they
this
definitely
point.
need new clothing. The clothing is pretty foobarred. Most of it gone. The armor, most of what's left. There's still pieces of the leather that had melted, grafted into his skin during the healing process. That's going to have to be removed. It can be a little bit painful, but
Yeah, I'm voting for taking the night off and letting Max flex his business acumen.
Yeah, there we go. We can take the night off. Let's adjourn. Socks very clearly super eager to not go talk to the Inquisition himself. I pretend to pound like a judge's gavel when I say adjourned.
Now, Max, you know that while you may get what you want, there's also a chance you're not going to get anything with just a few hours in the evening because it's already 6 p.m. Not saying don't do it. You just know that the results may not yield.
Yeah. Well, let's give it a shot. And worst comes to worst, Sock still has to go talk to his old boss.
Okay, so you.
All right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
It sounds like Max is doing all the work here. So I'm going to go get a drink, and I'm not going to talk to anybody with that symbol.
I'll also go get something. Maybe not a drink, but something to eat for sure. Anybody hungry? On me?
Well, if you're buying,
Yeah, you know what?
not-
I am kind of hungry.
I'm not buying drinks. Just making that clear. I'm pointing like right at Max. I'm not buying drinks. Just something to eat.
please, I'm not Moose. I could go more than 15 minutes without drinking.
Also,
Like
I get my drinks for free.
I will pay for drinks if I can get on
Technically,
that
depending
food
on where
tab.
you go, and it's most places, not all, you all get free food and drink. Remember, y'all are the Hamburg heroes.
Let's go somewhere fancy, though. The fanciest restaurant in the land.
Is it going to have ale or is it going to have that shitty wine?
Spirits and wine, and
All right,
high quality ale, if any.
I'm in.
Well, my offer still stands. If Sock's got the food, I'll take care of the drinks.
I like to
Very
picture what
cool.
Moose is like, and I'm not going to talk to any of those guys with the eye. Then the camera pans, you see him drinking. There's like 4 of them sitting around him. They're all getting drunk together.
He's spilling all of our secrets.
he's just
like,
talking about the
once a
fights
month
we're
I
just
turn into a
in."
bat creature. Yeah, we're gonna go to the nicest restaurant in town.
Okay, y'all spend the evening having a wonderful meal. Max, I'm assuming are you before or after you go eating and drinking?
Before.
Okay.
Before I'll.
So go ahead, roll me a d4 real quick. Lucky son bitch. It's only going to take one day.
I'm gonna name I'm gonna put it in Grim Chat, and I'm gonna name the restaurant real quick.
Chef Ricardo's Foodporium.
Yeah, it's the nicest restaurant in town.
As y'all come in, they're like, now, did everybody clean up before you go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As you are recognized, and there's a bustle as the maitre d' shoos
I'm
someone
still
off real
super
quick,
cooked.
and they clear off. There's like a room off to the side that they actually usher some people out. You hear platitudes and apologies, and explaining. You briefly catch the phrase "heroes." You can hear that in there as the people you look your way, and then they can see that they were angry, but then their expressions change, and they all kind of nod to y'all, and they're set at a nice table, but not the room by itself, and it's quickly cleaned, and y'all are set. With the
I would like to.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to add because I think it'd be funny when they get kicked out of the room to make space for us. I would like to say thank you for graciously moving from your seats. My friend Reggie here, and I'll point to Reggie, will buy you drinks.
They're like, oh no 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 no, on us, on us. Thank you.
Damn it.
They're too nice. They like us too much.
One of the ladies in the party though does kind of look down her nose at y'all and turn her head up as she walks off.
It's because we stink, isn't it?
Could be my
No,
third degree
Moose.
burns.
It's because you stink.
But as y'all said, it's almost like just a line of people in and out, bringing in like pastries and breads and various alcohols, letting you sample, see what you would like, and taking orders. And that's how the night progresses. And y'all have a very wonderful meal, of course, on the house. The chef and the owner both come out at various points to make sure everything is okay. If they could get anything for you, change anything, special requests, and pretty well pampered evening.
Have you guys ever had one of these? They're called apple fritters. I can't get enough of them.
I think this is the best I've ever eaten in my life.
But those fritters aren't made by the pie lady, are they?
Oh no.
I like open my mouth and let it slide out.
Brandon, roll me percentile dice.
Just had to say it.
Thank you. The any spirit or anything you drink, Cleo, just is so bland and almost leaves you more thirsty. Everybody else seems to be enjoying it, and you hear your fellow companions commenting back and forth on, "Oh, try this." You know, they're sharing drinks, but it all is just bland and like. Have you ever tasted, which is so weird when I tried it first? My dad's a big into wine, but a dry wine, how it actually your mouth feels dry.
Yeah.
Everything is like that, no matter what you're drinking. It just makes you really thirsty.
Should have brought some of the good stuff.
Roll me let me see what I want. Roll me a charisma save.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Other than that, say the food. You're right. This is some of the best food you've ever had. It's just the drink is leaving you super thirsty.
Weird. Very weird.
Night passes. Y'all close the place down. By the end, the owner and the chef, as people close up, they've come in and through very swapping stories of stuff, have sat down drinking with y'all.
How much has the meal cost me, by the way?
No. This is all on the house. For the
I'm gonna
for
leave
the
a
heroes,
50 gold
this
tip.
Is,
Just leave one of those gems we got as the tip.
No, that's a little too much.
Oh, you
We
don't
leave
have to
them
do
a-
this, my lord. That's not a necessity. We're happy.
I'm gonna stare him down as I push the gold further onto the table.
Oh, it's Europe.
He lowers his head and says, "Thank you. You're too kind for all that you have done for the city. But thank you." And he takes it, and it's like almost like it's something fragile, and he carefully holds the coins and gently puts them in his pocket.
We're gonna come back
A
tomorrow.
very
It's gonna be
humble
closed.
and appreciative countenance. about him.
We're gonna come back tomorrow and it's gonna be closed and it says like the owner sold the building and is retired.
You put him out of business because he's got no more food.
And I'm gonna pop open a bottle of white wine.
Thank you for the sound effects.
You like that stuff, really?
Why don't you? I don't think you've shared with anyone else that you have this.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up now. Yeah, the drinks are just kind of, I don't know, kind of off.
Oh, Cleo has expensive taste. I see.
Yeah, because you have seen Cleo drinking from the special wine that is stocked from the Count.
Cleo, are you sure you did you bring any of that other wine? You want to share it?
I'll roll you a 50-50, sure. Less than 50, I brought some. More than 50, I did. No, I didn't bring any. I mean, we're coming out to dinner. I thought,
Yeah, was it a BYOB party?
You're going to a fancy place.
guess I'm a little spoiled or something. I don't know.
Well, if you don't like white wines, then you certainly got a spoiled personality.
You know
And then I
what? The
stick my
food's
tongue
good.
out.
Whatever.
He sticks his tongue out. It's like
tipsy.
stained like a dark purple.
Ugh.
Too many fritters.
So unless there's something you want to do, the night will pass. Everybody has a very good evening. Going home to get some much needed rest. Everybody that's down can roll their comfortable heal, or if you want to spend any hit die or anything, you can do that as well. So you're sitting there. So you look through this super nice restaurant, and Moose, he's got all these like black eyes, bruises all over him, burns. Good thing he's bald to begin with. Hell of a roll. The resting recovery is for one night on the. Oh, they changed. Okay, never mind. They changed the hit die to the say recovery.
Better do some rolling of my own.
And that night we'll pass somewhere in the noonish hour the next day. Max, one of your guys, comes to you and just drops a note and leaves. He's not there very long at all. Or I'll say there's probably a you hear a specific bird call, and
some sort of insane thing in Thieves' Cant where he's like, "The sparrow has shat on the church," and drops the letter.
yeah, and then you go out and there's a rock you move, and there's a letter underneath.
I shall read the letter.
As you go over it, the base info you've been looking for is, or that you're trying to find out about. There's been a lot of time being spent in the city archives and the library. There are 3 of the Inquisitors out of the 20 that came that were found murdered.
What?
And there was reports that it's amongst them of spontaneous balls of fire igniting off a pier?
Can't recall.
I don't think we're going to convince them to leave.
Well, I mean, we did kill a giant fire elemental. Maybe we can do something with that.
Go on.
I mean, they're talking about fire at the end of a pier, right? I mean, we can we literally just fought a giant fire elemental on an island.
And what does that have to do with our current predicament?
Pier island.
Wait. I understand what he's saying.
This is not fill me with confidence. If the drug barbarian is
now
the only
the
one that
note
understands
doesn't
it.
mention a raging fire. It just mentions spontaneous balls of fire.
They're talking about that time I chased down the guy and fireballed him.
Correct.
What
I
if?
see.
What if we frame somebody using the fire elemental?
How?
Well, so we have a fire elemental that we can summon, right? What if we make it look like somebody was summoning the fire elemental to do some bad things, but then he got killed by the fire elemental, aka Usock, with a fireball, and we let the Inquisition see the dead body and the fire elemental together?
How does that solve the dead Inquisitor's problem?
Oh, I thought we were still just trying to get rid of them. Can we just like hire 3 new Inquisitors for them and then they're back to 20?
We should probably figure out why the Inquisitors disappeared.
And maybe help them. Not the Inquisitors. But we could help
You
them
know what?
too.
I think we should just go have a talk with your friend.
Well, if 3 are already dead, it's been 3 weeks. All we need to do is wait 17 more weeks.
He's got a point. He's got a point.
See, that makes more sense than the last thing you said.
I say very introspective things when I've been drinking a lot. It's kind of a problem.
Moose gets way more intelligent the more drinks he's had.
He's a reverse drunk.
I like my plan.
I gotta say, Sock, I don't think you're getting out of this without talking to your friends in the Inquisition.
Can't we just kill them all? That's still on the
that
table,
sounds
right?
like sounds like Moose's plan. It just takes 17 more weeks.
To be fair, if we want to help, speed up the process, it could be shorter.
I kind of like Cleo's idea. I want to find out why they're disappearing.
Yes.
So to be clear, you don't want me to make any disappear.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Let's not rule out any options here.
Okay. And I go back to drinking.
I guess I'm still gonna have to go talk to the Inquisition guys, aren't I?
Yeah, but now we kind of want to know more information, right? As opposed to just like, well, this is going to suck. Now there's a little bit of curiosity.
Yeah, now there's a reason for us to go talk other than,
like, are you guys done yet?
I wonder. I don't think we could go talk to the Watch. I don't think we could go talk to the watch and just ask them if there's like a certain location or any suspects. They probably wouldn't know. The Inquisition would definitely keep that under wraps. Ugh.
Well, why wouldn't the watch at least hear something?
Then maybe they have. Maybe that we should start there. Ugh. Oren, you have ties with the watch,
Ooh,
right?
me?
Yeah, Mr. Third Degree over here.
That doesn't sound like me.
Ties with the
pretty
watch
sure
or
you
Mr. Third
threw-
Degree.
That doesn't sound like me.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure you spent a lot of time with the watch after throwing a hand at them.
As a joke.
You could say that you're very handy with the watch.
I could, but I wouldn't.
Could, but I refuse to. Well,
I
Oren,
know.
do you think we could stop by the watch sometime today?
Sure.
Excellent. I appreciate it. Anybody else want to go?
Is there beer there?
You can take beer with you.
Then no.
All right.
Good for you, lad, I guess.
You have standards. The standards exist. Well, shall we, Oren? Anybody else want to go?
I suppose.
Max, go learn something about the competition or something.
I mean, I guess I could come along. I don't really want to. Being around cops kind of makes me tingly in all the wrong ways.
I'm just gonna stare him down for like several seconds until he remembers that he just told me to go talk to the Inquisition.
Oh, I'm sorry, former Inquisition agent.
I'm sorry, former criminal who still is. You have an easier time with cops than I will with them.
Well, whose fault is that?
What is it? What? How does it even have it all? What? Whatever. Let's go, Oren. This guy's an idiot.
Okay.
I'm gonna look down at Scab. Scab, you wanna go?
Scab says yes.
We're taking the dog.
You got to it before I could.
So what's the plan?
I guess me, Oren, and Scab are gonna go talk to the watch and see if they know anything.
Just you two and the dog, cat.
Yeah.
Cat dog, excuse me.
She's not a cat.
Cat dog.
What's everybody else?
I just like the imagery of Sock getting like frustrated that no one else except Oren wants to go, so he just like, fine, I'll take Scab.
Scab's just drinking with
Scab
Moose.
always wants to go.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely giving Scab beer.
You can't. Scab's going with us.
No,
You
I
can
mean
give me beer.
while we've been here this whole time.
Oh,
drinking.
okay. I guess me, Oren, and Scab are gonna go towards whatever passes for a watch headquarters.
Okay. Are you going to the Watch or the Inquisition?
For the watch first.
Okay. And through your bond, Scab is imbibing the alcohol and stuff, but you get the same kind of vibe like what you felt drinking the stuff the other night. It's drying and not really quenching.
You know what? Good for her. Maybe she won't be an alcoholic.
continues to drink it, but it just you don't get
Okay.
the
Well,
joy out of it that you once felt through the bond.
now
That
I
would
just
be
feel
pretty.
sad.
And she'll be a
That would be
miserable drunk.
He's a sad alcoholic.
the worst
You
kind.
need
You
a
did
hug,
this,
Leo.
Moose.
Maybe you're the sad alcoholic.
I don't have a problem. You have a problem.
Wait, what did I do?
You turn my
made
dog into an
Scab into a-
alcoholic.
Moose hears
Yep.
sad alcoholic, and he's like, "What did I do?"
I have never met anyone who is sad from alcohol. That sounds impossible. I think you're lying to me.
Moose, whatever garbage you're giving my dog is making her depressed. She's drinking it, but not for her. She's drinking it for you.
I am going to pick up Scab and give her a big ol' hug. I'm gonna look at Cleo. Does this look like depression to you?
You get big, wet, sloppy kisses and kind of a putrid breath.
You gotta brush your dog's teeth.
You give my dog beer breath, and I'm the one that has to brush his teeth. So fair.
Maybe I should start giving Scab mints instead.
It's almost like you get that. It's not super strong, but it's the hint of like rotting meat on her breath.
You don't floss, do you, girl?
All across your face.
And you know what? If you want to floss her teeth, knock yourself out.
You know what? I will. I look at Sock. What is floss? I've only heard of it. I don't actually know what it is.
Okay,
It's
you
where you-
guys need to leave before this devolves any further. I've got this handled.
I'm picking up Scab. I'm taking Scab out of Moose's arms and be like, the dog said it was coming with me.
Moose, you're drinking with me now.
Scab.
I try to picture
You
this because
want-
a hyena is a pretty large creature, and this is an armored hyena. Moose picking it up, yes. This guy's picturing Scab trying to, and you just basically make her fall out of his lap onto the floor while you're hugging around her rib cage.
I'll pick it up.
When did this dog forget how to walk?
It's drunk.
She's a baby.
All right, Cleo, you can drink Scab's ale now.
No, I'm not drinking that. You
Well,
have shit
don't-
taste. I'm sorry.
Don't waste perfectly good ale. I drink the ale that I set aside for Scab. I drink it.
Okay. So y'all head to the watch. As you enter your course created, there's a Orin, you're saluted. Yes. We can do, Lord.
I heard we were going to the watch.
We're there.
So where's everybody at?
Is this what you're asking them?
No, I'm asking like where are the people at the watch? Are we at the garrison?
Yeah,
Are
you
we
went
at-
to one of the. You said a watch station, so you're at whatever one of the closest ones is, unless there's a specific part of town or one you're wanting to go to.
Not really.
Okay, so you're just at one of the closest watch stations.
All right, Sock.
I guess I sort of speak with Orin's authority on this. Have you guys heard of any Inquisitors going missing or dead or something? Are they working with you at all?
The
if they
guy that
are, I
was standing there
apologize.
turns around to the desk clerk and like in askance, and that guy starts thumbing through some stuff. There's been yes, 3 murders, 3 of their members.
Do you have any details?
Looked like the first one was about 13 days ago. All of them at night. 2 days between the first and second, and then another, looks like 6 days when the third. All stab wounds. Second one with a cut, throat cut.
This is a weird question, and I need you to take me seriously when I say this. There's no, like, pie crumbs or anything found in the area, right?
Looks through the
What?
notes. No report of any type of foods.
Okay. Whew.
All did have their weapons, purses, and armor were removed.
Huh.
They were stripped before or after they were killed? Or do we not
Clothing
know?
was intact, but all weapons, armor, and anything of value removed. And we've searched the area as far as we can tell. It looks like muggings and murder, but no leads as to any specific suspect. I know there has been increased gang activity in the areas where they were found in different city blocks, though.
Or I have an idea.
Go on. You'll have to share it with Scab.
I look down and I pick up Scab and set Scab on a chair so she's like eye level with us. Scab, I have an idea.
It creaks under her weight. Oh, and hang on a second. In reference to something I'm reading in chat, Cleo, it's so exquisite tasting, so quenching. Moose, it is extremely bitter and coppery tasting to you. It's not pleasing at all, and makes your stomach feel extremely queasy.
The things I do for you, Cleo, and I drink more of it.
What the
Okay,
fuck?
as you finish a bottle, you start vomiting.
I'm
Oh.
sorry, Cleo. This is absolute dog shit.
And yeah, and he's vomiting on the floor. There are maggots in the vomit.
What have you been eating, man?
The same thing that everybody else has been eating.
What the hell?
You kind of instinctively, like seeing that, you kind of check the bottle, hold it up to the light, pour it in your glass. It's just pure wine. There's nothing in it. No maggots, no nothing. Smells, it's very, very sweet smelling to you, and then some of the best stuff you've ever tasted. And it's always tastes the same.
Wait, I have an idea. We're going to conduct an experiment. I'm going to start drinking a bunch of just normal ale to the point of throwing up again, and we're going to find out if that throw up has maggots in it.
So you're intentionally trying to make yourself puke.
Yes, for science.
Okay,
Science.
this takes you a while because of your tolerance. You eventually make yourself vomit, and it's just the foamy ale.
Yeah, there's something wrong with your wine, Cleo. I don't know what it is.
It tastes great to me. Your stuff tastes terrible. I don't know what the deal is.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I feel great.
I'm just going to slowly push all the bottles of wine back to you. I'm going to stick with ale.
You know what? Different strokes for different folks.
Cheers to that.
Clink.
And
Glug, glug, glug.
So you were asking Scab a question.
Orin, Scab, I have an idea. What if we were to try and acquire some of the Inquisition's trappings? We wear them at night, and we act as our own decoys to find out who's doing this.
Yeah, okay, I'm down.
Scab, what do you think? Excellent. We just have to find out how we're going to get some of their armor and such. I didn't exactly keep any with me when I was exiled.
Oh, look at the guard or the watch. You guys don't know where they're staying, do you?
You know where they're staying.
Yeah, we actually know where the Inquisition's at.
Grishnek had set up some apartments real close to the. I'm going blank now. What did we call it? Was it Greasy Spoon? The inn that inn and tavern y'all started basing out of at the very beginning. There's some apartments out there, so they wouldn't be staying in y'all's manor house.
Second question: do you think they collected the clothes those guys were wearing as evidence?
Well, they were stripped.
Say the clothing that they were wearing was normal. The Elam form you say is just normal clothing. They're anything of value. Their insignias, weapons, any kind of coin. Basically, they just had like their street clothes on. Was the only thing left on them.
Well, let's go
Cloaks and
borrow some
hats were even
clothes.
taken.
Actually, I feel like this might work out pretty well. I know he doesn't like me, but I feel like asking if I can act as a decoy to help some of his other Inquisitors might go pretty well. Either we save his other Inquisitors or I die. It's a pretty good deal for him.
I
Right,
mean,
Orin? That makes sense, right?
I hope you don't die.
I'm just saying. See it from his perspective.
Well, I mean, I was just letting you know.
Well, I don't plan on it.
Oh, God.
Just asking you if you think it's a good plan.
Yeah, sure. I love getting in street fights.
Do that more than we probably should. Well, at least I'm not gonna go ask him if they're gonna be staying here any longer, but instead I'm asking if I can act as their decoy wearing their insignias. I'm going to feel dirty every second about wearing it. Ugh. Alright.
Yeah,
Scab Orin, let's go. We're gonna go talk to...
I've had some pleasant run-ins with the Inquisition.
Here or in general?
In general, they're not a big fan of the Order.
What is the Order?
You know, the guys who let me shoot flaming chains out of my sword.
Sometimes I forget you can do that. We see so many weird things so consistently. Shooting flame chains out of a sword just feels normal.
It's helpful.
I should know all about shooting fires, it's helpful. But I suppose you're not wrong. Let's go talk to him.
Okay, y'all head that direction, and of course Brandon goes AFK. I was about to cut him, like ask what him and Max are doing. So Max, what are you doing during this whole time of drinking, experimentation, and watch speaking?
Well, I was going to talk to Reggie, but unfortunately, I cannot have a one-sided conversation.
Give it a
Wait.
shot.
I'll pretend to be Reggie. Hello there, Max. I really want to be just like you. I actually want to be as good as you at rogue things, and also I'm a huge nerd, and I suck.
Turns
I
into
lo-
Rage Golem.
That's my secret. I've always been a nerd.
Well, I gotta admit, Reggie, I was going to invite you into a partnership with my organization.
Gee willikers, that sounds amazing, Max.
You will get 5% of the funds, and I will get 95% of the funds. How does that sound?
You know, that doesn't sound very fair. I think that you should get 97%, and I should only get 3.
I like the way you think. It's a deal.
Because it
But I get to
benefits
keep-
me.
But I get to, the caveat is I get to keep all the cool archaeological shit.
Oh, well, you drive a hard bargain.
Picturing Brandon like can hear in the background. He's like, "You motherfuckers."
What are you talking about? I just got a really great deal for Reggie. He gets all the cool archaeological shit.
Actually, while I wait for Brandon, since I'm going to take an AFK real quick too and take the dogs out. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
I
All
do,
right, guys. We need to be
I-
interesting.
I do like the idea of just it. This is a much better plan than walking up being like, "So we heard 3 of you guys are dead. You gonna leave anytime soon?" And instead, it's more like, "So I'm gonna be a decoy wearing your guys' stuff and see if we can draw out the person killing your guys." That's probably a better plan. Can we all agree that that's probably a smarter plan?
I like this.
I thought
I mean,
my
he
plan of
might just lock you up on the spot because.
That bitch.
Yeah, he might think it's convenient that you know about the people dying and
The
think that
watch
you had
knows.
something to do with it.
I mean, the watch knows. I'm just saying, like, it
That's
seems to be
true.
a matter of public record.
I think as long as Moose gets to just hang out at the bar and drink, I think it's a great idea.
But you probably don't.
Damn it.
You're probably gonna have to follow me to make sure nothing bad happens.
Ah, crap, you're right.
You have drinking so much today. You've been sick twice.
That's okay.
Have you not had your fill?
I will just have to bring my drink with me. I'm stealthily following Sock for like a whole day, and I'm just lugging around a cart full of barrels of ale. So how's everyone
I guess I
doing?
don't have to be the only person in the Inquisition stuff, but it feels appropriate. We could all be in it, really.
Honestly, I think out of all the people who can talk to the Inquisition, I think yourself because of your history with them, and Scab because she has absolutely no weird chaos bullshit, as far as I know.
She's a
Chaos bullshit
professional.
going on with her. Everybody else is fucked. Actually, Orin doesn't have any chaos bullshit, does he?
You know,
He has a
I
magic
want to talk
sword.
to that Inquisition lady
Oh, he does
who
have
was
this.
looking at me
Well,
funny.
does the sword count though?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not him; it's the sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a rune knight. He turns into a giant sometimes.
Oh, right. What if he leaves? Wait, can you leave the sword, or does it have to stay with you?
If I left the sword, I'd have to find something else to put runes on.
Besides, besides having clearly just infinite hats, is infinite hats chaos? Is Max okay?
Max, are you? Yeah. How chaos are you?
Is Max's head chaos? Is that why
What
he
do-
wears
what do
so
we-
many hats?
What do we mean by how chaos am I?
Like, how tainted are you?
On like a scale of 1 to 10, how chaos?
Yeah, like how much taint? Like if we put a litmus test in Max, What would we get?
I would. That's a very interesting question.
Why?
I mean,
I'm
he
back.
hasn't been he hasn't been actively searching out, like doing chaos shit, but I'm sure at some point chaos has done chaos things to him.
Who are you speaking
Yeah, but you're
about?
not like inherently tainted in any way.
We're talking about who we're going to send with Sock to talk to the Inquisition, and we're trying to figure out which of us is the least tainted by chaos to accompany him.
Probably Max.
It's honestly, it probably is Max somehow.
But I guess me and Orin and Scab are probably going towards that way. Unless Orin, do you want to go back and talk to everybody else about this first?
Fuck no.
All right, we're gonna go talk to him.
I'm assuming Brandon isn't back yet.
I'm right here,
Brandon.
Bradley. G. Willikers.
Okay, we'll get back to you, Mr. Willikers. So you approach the apartments, and of course, there's a couple of agents standing outside. They know who you are and recognize, and open the door to let you in.
I have to scroll up really far to go see it. But do you remember the name of the Inquisitor?
The main dude is Inquisitor Orin Nomer.
That's right, Inquisitor Nomer. Oh, thank you, gentlemen.
Orin, not. It's spelled differently than your friend. Ah, the prodigal son returns. Have you set up an appointment with your friend the Count yet?
I've been unable to contact him. He seems to be out and about somewhere else. Perhaps taking care of other lands under his jurisdiction.
I see.
But I've heard that you've been having some trouble with some of your men going missing, and I think I may have a solution for that.
Yeah, 3 of our agents appear to have been murdered. You have information on this?
I don't have any true information, but I think I know a way to draw out the assailant.
Well, that would be interesting to hear. However, I'd like to get your opinions on this. And he motions off to the side, and one of the other guys brings him a stack of papers in a folder. So during our time waiting for this meeting to occur, and he starts over with, we've managed to find some interesting tidbits. What do you make of this? And he turns papers around and spreads them out in front of you. You recognize these papers. You've seen this information yourself. It's lineage and drawings of the Count's line, and each succession of each different Count. You've seen the ones, all the different names, the dates. Don't you find it a bit peculiar? Each sketch looks exactly the same. Sends clothing and era differences. Another,
At first I thought so, but
there
I
are
came around to
similarities in families, but not that accurate typically.
my initial thought was that he was probably a product of incest. Really keeping the looks in the family.
So you think this is all incestuous?
I have no other theories on it or anything. They all do look remarkably similar.
You speak as if you've already looked into this.
One time, over a year ago, I believe.
Was this part of the initial request to send us here?
Is he asking, like, was I talking about Grishnak when I asked for their help?
Yeah.
No, the only thing I knew of was that one doctor was here.
Yes, and did anything come of that? We've heard
Unfortunately,
rumor
no.
that apparently he was here but fled, being hounded by some other group that's from Drisport.
Unsurprising, really.
Oh, and we did have, as he looks over and he sees the Ardent standing nearby, almost forgot as well, and with being distracted with this at the moment, there's a spontaneous combustion within the air near a pier, and he names off areas where he pulls out a map showing this area. Then you notice they've got like the entire city drawn out as he moves paperwork out of the way, and quite a large fire here. And the Ardent detected warp fire. Do you know anything of this? And he
I'm
points
gonna
on the
take-
map towards the windmill.
I'm going to take my left hand and put it up to the bridge of my nose and just say, there's always something stupid happening in this city. Why couldn't I just find a town where there was nothing happening after my exile? Why is that just not possible?
It seems like there's extremely too much happening here. We definitely should probably set a foothold here.
I agree.
Hmm.
And what was it you call it besides the warper? He looks over at Arden. She's like Fellfire. Something was summoned. And then he just looks at you as she says that.
I'll raise my eyebrows. Summoned. Is it still in the city?
She's like, I do not sense it now. But it was extremely strong night before last.
It was extremely strong, and then what?
Then I could not feel it. But it was definitely a strong presence. And to feel it from this distance, she glances down at the map, something extremely powerful.
But now you don't feel it.
No. And the Inquisitor's looking at you, and you know something of this?
No,
I
I'm
don't.
just confused.
Could it have left, or was it? Does it disappear? I know sometimes entities of such a persuasion cannot last long. Well,
He's just kind of very scrutinizing, looking at you, eyes narrow. You know nothing of this.
no.
And he kind of cuts his eyes towards the Ardent. And he starts to open his mouth to say something, and one of the other agents walks in. Beg pardon, Lord. There's a watch captain here. Says he needs the immediate assistance. And he just looks at Oren of this one. Well, and then he looks. It's like, and we're busy. He's like, they're making this sound extremely emergent.
I guess
Very
I
well.
better be off.
Send him in. You can wait. Send him in. And they bring the guy in. He's got his. It's one of the elite captains that you've trained. He looks at you and bows. He's got his helmet under his arm. Sir, if you could bring you and your friends, there was children have gone missing during the night.
This again? Sock definitely says that out loud in front
The
of the
Inquisitor looks
Inquisition.
at you again.
Sock, please.
Is it common
This
for
is
children to
just
go
like-
missing?
This
Which
is
you
just
know.
like with the.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is just like with the stupid changelings that I was initially calling you here for in the first place.
His eyes kind of widen. He's like, "What?" Why am I just now hearing of this?
Because you're slow as dirt.
Hold on, Bradley. You told us before that they heard the whole story from townspeople about us and the purge.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay. I've slept since then. It's been a while. We'll just retcon that.
I was not going to offer that if they didn't already know. They already had that part from talking with the townspeople.
Which now, both of you know that it is not uncommon for people, much less children, to go missing.
Mhm.
So, what's the biggie about this?
Because they're innocent.
No, it seems odd to you that you would be not just interrupted in an inquisitorial residence, but interrupted at all for a couple of missing kids.
Well, Sock, if you would like to stay here and continue on about, this, I can come fetch you later.
Well, let's hear out the guard captain first.
He
Kids are
elite
missing.
man or whatever.
The
Whatever he is.
Arden also, she kind of steps forward closer to the table and around in front of the guard captain. Just she's not saying anything, just listening. He's like, well, there are two children's. The one is Marvis Windisham's daughter. You kind of look like you don't know who the hell this is. He's a high-ranking official of the Consortium of tar, bitumen, and potash qualificators. And the other is a nephew of Justice Burr, which he's the Lord Protector of the city of Justice. So I believe y'all had run-ins with him, but he's one of the higher-up magistrates, and it's his nephew. So now that as this is told, this kind of makes it okay now. So important people's kids are missing now. It's important.
Now it's important.
Yeah, that's kind of like what you're thinking. It's like, yeah, okay. Rich kids went missing. Must be important now.
The white kids are missing.
What do they call it? Missing white girl syndrome or something? I don't remember. Sock will just... What is it with this city and missing kids? Why couldn't I just find a regular town to retire in?
Arden speaks. This is very disappointing here with all the stuff with children. I would like to accompany you if you're going to investigate this.
We welcome it.
She looks back at the Inquisitor and he just nods. And she looks at the cat. And how long ago were the children missing? They were taken last night. I don't have all the details, but I was summoned to find you and to bring you and your retinue. They would like you to help out. He's when he first come in, looking at you, he's got this turn, but he's like getting feeling nervous and keeps glancing at all the Inquisition.
Well, best be off. Sock?
I'll turn to the Lord Inquisitor and just say, I'll do my best to help you with your missing Inquisitors at a later date. Most people would not understand the work you do and how important it is.
Yes, and he's gathering up all the papers and sketches that he had set out in front of you, and we'll discuss this more later as well. And at that, y'all walk out. He puts them back in the folder, hands them to one of the other junior Inquisitors, and y'all are taken across town to a little bit of the nicer area, and known as Sedgetown is the area of town it's in. streets are nicer cobble here, much nicer homes. The house you're approaching is on the right side of the street. There's several watch out front. You see a man standing out front talking to one of the other captains. The door's open. You can, at a glance, you see a woman sitting inside, look on the stairs, bawling. Another woman's comforting her. Down the street, about 4 houses on the left, you see another group of City Watch outside that home, and you approach the one on the right hand side. Ah, good, you found them. And a guy nods to you, Orin. Lord, just the two of you? And then he gets kind of a quizzical look at the Arden that's with you, which she's her garb is like she's wearing like a habit, except instead of black and white, the main body, anything that would be black on a normal like Catholic habit, is pure white, and the white bits are all like a bright crimson.
I'll actually look down at Scab, and I'll say, "All right, Scab, I need you to go get Cleo. All right?"
I could just give him a note.
Give Scab a note?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I like mine, but goes.
Little Timmy's trapped in a well?
I was gonna say, if we just send him over there, they're gonna act like idiots about this. They're gonna act like Scab showed up to join them in drinking.
You wouldn't do that, right, Scab? See? It's perfect.
Cleo, you pick up kind of only thing you feel is like urgency. And are y'all sending a note or just sending Scab?
I'll send a note.
Okay, what's a note?
With Scab.
So, are you like? I just a curiosity question. Are you like writing it down on a piece of paper and stuffing it under a collar?
Like sticking like halfway out of the collar. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say because if you put that thing in Scab's mouth, it's not making it.
I'm gonna put the children are missing again.
You make the word need. It's all smudged and wet. I can't make out the word now. Need now. That's all I got out of that.
If I feel the urgency, I'm gonna cast Call of the Wild Companion. And
sorry, I was just thinking. I'm sorry to interrupt real quick. I just like to think that the slobber has worn away some of the words, and it just says "children" now.
I can send her one word. I'm gonna tell her to come.
Yeah, you already feel kind of that.
That's a biff, but I can cast it again.
Yeah, it's you, Ursa. You can sense her movement. You don't know the direction. You know the general direction she's at, but you almost feel like your hair kind of moves back a little bit, like you can feel the air as she's running, and then it's a very, very brief, just momentary thing.
Oh, that's nice. I'm feeling a little ill from how much Moose has been throwing up. All right, bud, pack it up.
Pack it in.
Get ready.
Let me begin.
I'm ready now. And I slam back my final ale.
Okay, great.
Okay, as you're waiting, it doesn't take long. Scab shows up. Note under the collar. What does it say, Orin?
I will. This is weird. It says "children now." Wonder what that means. I'll grab Max and Reggie as well, if they're around.
I'm assuming they are. Max, are you there?
I am here.
They still have their thing to do.
We can do a flashback.
Yeah, we
scene
can
for
do
that.
Yeah, we can do that later.
Brandon said he's still tied up a little bit. The little one's probably not feeling good.
Oh.
So you get there. You've been talking with the the watch right there. We haven't got too far into it because you told them you're waiting for the others to get here, but you found, and the only thing you found out is the kids both went missing about the same time, somewhere after 2 p.m. That's all you've gotten so far. And at that point, everybody else is walking up. Don't everybody else talk all at once.
I will hold up the note. You called?
Yeah, it sounds like the children have gone missing
Again?
again.
Again?
We just fixed this problem.
Like all 5 of us except for Orin, just all at once again.
Is this the lady who was looking at me funny last time?
No, this is the lady last time who is still looking at you funny as you walk up. As soon as you come in and you hold up note, that you see like the eyes lock onto you and narrow just a little bit, and it's just like you're being studied.
I get this kind of sly grin on my face. Ma'am?
Y'all got googly eyes for each other or something?
And she didn't say anything.
No, don't embarrass this fine lady here.
I'm gonna
Got
loud.
some little children to find, seems like. What's going on?
It didn't seem to be a problem until it was a rich person's children, the usual.
So, at that point, one of the investigators comes walking out. Oh, so everyone's here now. No need to repeat this. So, looks like a Zachariah Woodcock, age 7.
Sorry.
Father's just a minor street clerk, but this is Justice Burr's nephew. And the other one, he points down the street, Amelia Waldersham, age 9, youngest daughter of Marvis Waldersham, who is, of course, one of the high-ranking officials of the consortium. Both children disappeared last night. Both of these are, as you look, they're both upscale rooftop townhomes. The families, other than living near each other, don't really have any other connection. Except the children's, both the disappearances are very similar. The uncle, he points to the guy standing off to the side. He was home as well as everybody else. He hired a specialist, and he points to another man who deals in abduction and ransom negotiation, which was feared at first. As he's done some I'll let you speak with him, and he waves the guy over. So this guy comes over. He's like, Salubrious McKenzie. Nice to meet you. I've heard of your exploits. I appreciate your service to the town. I'm not sure if this actually is anything to do with ransom. I've had my agency checking, and during this, it appears several other, looks at his notes, counting the two here, 36 total children disappeared about the same time last night. But all the others,
multiple places
across town, these are the only two in the affluent neighborhood. The rest are all in East Ending, all across East Ending. Which y'all know from being here long enough that that's pretty much just urban labor families and a slum district. And a couple appear to be homeless street dweller children as well. But they all
so their
appear.
backgrounds
The kidnappings all appear to have happened simultaneously.
And their backgrounds were of no consequence then.
And the only other oddity amongst them were apparently these little, like, approximately 12-inch stone statues or figurines tangled in the bed sheets of all of them.
Sorry, could you repeat that? Statues were found in their bed sheets?
A figurine, statuesque type thing, about 12 inches, were wrapped up in the bed sheet of all the
Oh,
children.
do you have any of them on you?
No, those are all handled by the watch, and the investigator standing there is like, the two that were found on these families' children's beds are at the watch station of this area. At this point, the Arden asks, she goes, may I enter the home? And do you have a fireplace? And they're like, oh, yeah, of course there's fireplaces, but why? And then Spectre looks at you like, what is she talking about?
I would just let her in.
Okay. She walks in. Is anybody going with her?
I will.
Okay.
Me.
As we walk in and we're looking around, I'm actually going to ask her. I've heard the Lord Inquisitor referred to as an Ardent. That wasn't a position when I was still a member of the Inquisition. Is that a new thing?
Order is fairly new. Ever since the twin-tailed comet appeared in the sky, several of us have developed special gifts to help people.
I see.
And while typically she's judging our words carefully, the skills we employ would typically be abolished and destroyed by the Inquisition. They have instead embraced us for the good we do and our purity.
I think when she says that, the carefully constructed facade of Sock being like completely in control of his emotions breaks for a second. When she's like, they actually utilize us, he's like, his eyes go wide, and his eyes actually kind of, his brow furrows, he widens his eyes, and he does that thing where you jut your head backwards in confusion, like, what did you just say?
No, please don't confuse. No witchery in the least. This is a pure cleansing energy that we have been blessed with by the twin-tailed comet.
Yes, like it's different when they do it.
And
I don't think you say that out loud.
is she so anyway, she's like, we have other things to do here. And she goes in and she kneels down and consoles the woman that has lost a child. Her tone becomes much softer, much more gentle, and you can you see the woman visibly calm. So she's still distraught, of course, but a visible calming is happening. You don't sense anything odd going on, just other than a very kindness is the only thing that you can see. A genuine kindness coming from this woman, where she seems kind of cold and short when you've talked to her before. That's like almost like a completely different person talking to this woman. And she asks him. The woman points towards the living room, and she goes in there, and she starts stoking a fire, and she gets it, and she's starting to closest thing. You say you don't know what it is, but it's almost praying, like, or chanting. You don't recognize it. It doesn't seem anything you're familiar with. And the flames kind of leap up a little bit larger. And then she sits there and kind of starts swaying back and forth. Give me an Arcana check.
Do I get the additional D? I guess it doesn't matter. Take it off.
Okay,
14.
it's odd. You feel that initial like warp's being channeled, but it's different. There's something that you've typically when you channel warp, it's got like a stickiness to it, almost like it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And this feels almost like a clean breeze, which is very odd. But it's got that, it's a confusing thing because you feel warp energy, but it doesn't feel like normal warp energy. And she sits there and kind of zones out for like 5 minutes. And as she stops, she's like, there's not much time. There's still 7. And as she says 7, the clock chimes. Ding, ding. It goes off 2 times. It's 2 o'clock. 8 now. Children are gone.
Do you have an? Did that teach you where they're at? Can you teach other people to do that?
You have to have been touched by the twin-tailed comet. I can't teach this. It's a gift.
Well, that. Well,
But
that seems remarkably unfair.
it seems that from what I'm seeing in the flames, and then that chiming and the coincidence that a child is lost, as in forever, every hour. And I see a swamp. As she says that, the only thing you know of south of town, there is a large fen area of swampland that they used to graze sheep in the area, but it became too boggy, and they eventually had to move the sheep out of that area. That's the only thing you know of close that would be swampland nearby. But time is of the essence.
Well then,
I don't sense that the child of this home is not gone yet, though.
I will rush out the door and tell everybody, well, unfortunately, we're going to a swamp. Immediately.
You take me to the nicest places.
I do my best.
All right, well, let's go.
Don't worry. They may. I'll lean into Max. They might grow up to be criminals. You never know.
One can only hope.
The
Did we wanna-
investigators say think they've been taken to the swamp.
Friend seems to think so. That's good enough for me.
I
don't have
will
any other leads.
dispatch watch to head there now as well. And that dude runs off.
Did we want to take a look at those statues or no time?
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about them.
We could just have the watch bring them.
There should be one in this home, right?
No, they took them to the
Watch
place.
station. And did you
Oh.
want to investigate anything else in the house or the other house while you're here?
Can I check the room where the child was taken from?
Sure. You've gotten other information too. That both of them the same were put to bed by their nannies. They were both fitful before being put down around 8 or 9 p.m. Fidgety, just not really wanting to go to bed. They were checked at 1 and 2 o'clock a.m. and both sleeping but fitful, and then when checked after 2, both were gone. Doors and windows all intact, locks engaged still, no signs of violence. The only other thing different between the 2, there is a single leather slipper in this first house here that you're at, that has like in little beads on the top of it, in the shape of a lion. And the nanny says it was when she came in, the slipper was still warm. But all throughout the house, no locks broken, no signs of forced entry. And that's the only thing for the 2 houses that you get. Both nannies, of course, very distraught as well.
Gotta make sure there's no mirrors in the cupboard.
Cupboards, no, there are mirrors in each of the rooms. They don't seem cracked. Sock, you don't feel any kind of weirdness from them. No residual energies or anything. Just seem like normal mirrors.
So do we want to go check out the statues, or are we going to the swamp?
We can check out the statues on the way.
Yeah, it's
We
on the
could
way.
just
It's not
watch.
going to take
Oh.
you off the path.
Okay.
So as you
Sounds
head
good.
to the watch station, requests it, and they bring out like a rolled up piece of cloth, fold them out, and there's 2. They both look carved. They're not identical. You can tell they're the same, but they're not like identical replicas. Hand carved, chiseled out in stone. They painted, like sloppily painted with a red paint, not like an enamel. It's not. It's like it was slopped on there. There is what you would guess the way the carvings look like, a pile of skulls and an 8-pointed star above them, and the outline of the star is picked out in bronze on each of them.
Sock will hold one with just this like really bad look of disappointment, and then put it down.
You recognize the emblem,
Oh yeah.
and it's in red and bronze.
What is it, Sock?
It's not good.
Reggie's not here, but he gets a really uneasy feeling seeing these. And
It really.
y'all won't know this, but his heart starts beating faster. Unless he says something, but I'm not going to speak for him on that specifically.
He throws up.
It means we should really be moving quickly.
Is there a particular reason, or?
I mean, I don't know what explanation you want. You mean to tell you that the evil
And you're
people are
standing in the
stealing
watch
children?
station too while you're having this conversation.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you know something about it, just trying to figure out what it is.
Let's walk and talk. Our new friend here said we were on a pretty strict time limit.
We always are on some sort of time limit.
Yeah, she glances over, like kind of raising her head up to talk, look over shoulders, and then a very like furrows her brow, very disproving look as her eyes light upon those.
I'm imagining that Sock's look at these is actually pretty similar. When I say disappointed, it's more like a why?
And Sock, you see her make like a warding symbol with her hand, which a lot of people do, like to ward off evil, because those are corrupted.
The Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. I know. She
More
just
like
does
the more
Catholic
like
thing.
get your like metal, get your horns up, like the evil eye warding. Like,
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. Evil Eye of Warding.
look up
Scott
Ronnie
does not
James
know it.
Dio. He invented the horns. Well, he didn't invent it, but it's a whole thing. This word like in metal, where like getting your horns up. That Dio would do that, which was an old like gypsy thing for like ward like to ward the evil eye, so you didn't get cursed.
Oh, okay.
That he got from his grandma. It's a metal history lesson. Anyway, okay, we'll do even better. She makes a sign. You don't recognize it, but it's like the looks like a gang sign. No, it's like it's her. It's the you asked them.
Crips.
It's the sign of the twin-tailed comet. And they're like, are you? Because they know who you are, Orin. They're like, do you need these, or should we keep these in evidence?
And keep them in evidence for now, I suppose.
And they start rolling them up, and she's like, they should be destroyed. They're blasphemous.
Do they feel like there's anything coming off of them?
No, there wasn't any kind of energies like it's itself. It's like just stone in the paint, other than having the 8-pointed star and skulls carved into it.
I'll look at the Ardent and say, when we're done in the swamp, we can both come here together and destroy them. I'm not a big fan either.
We should bring others as well. I'll meet you at the gate. And she walks out. Anything else y'all want to do while you're here at the watch station?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Y'all needing to head by the house to get any other gear, change anything, do anything?
I don't think so. I think we have everything on us.
Sock, now that she's gone, I actually have a question.
Now, are you doing this in the watch station, or have y'all left?
I'm thinking we're walking out the door.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're heading towards the swamp. Moose and I were drinking a little bit, and he tried some of the stuff that Krishna gives to me, and he threw up a bunch of maggots. Is that normal?
You have to ask somebody else for that.
It doesn't ring a bell to you at all. I mean, it sounds disgusting, and something's wrong, but nothing specific to you.
No, that doesn't really sound normal. I mean, Moose is usually pretty good about holding his liquor. And he'll give you like a smile that says, I'm trying to make a joke, but I'm truly disturbed.
I tried some of my favorite vodka, and it just tasted terrible, and he said my stuff tasted terrible, and I'm confused. You know what? This can wait till maybe after.
I'm so tired. I'm gonna like grab Cleo's head and just be like, I'm so tired of missing kids.
Yeah, me too. Let's go.
Okay. As you head that way, already waiting at the gate is the Ardent and 6 other 5 inquisitorial agents and one Sock you'd know is just by the way he's dressed is a zealot.
I'm gonna look at them and be like, We left directly from the watch station. How did you get here before us? That's not like a real question. It doesn't matter. It's just like how the hell?
Yeah, well, I'll say when she left, she was running.
Okay. That's good enough for me.
She said, unless I was muted when I said it, says that she would meet you at the gate and then ran out. So y'all all sally forth.
On our way there, before we call session, I do want to at least I want to get it out there before we call. I do want to ask the Ardent, like more about the twin-tailed comet.
Yeah,
Are we closing like right now, or
that's up to y'all. We've only been going 2.5 hours. That's if it's almost 3 o'clock. That's up to y'all if anybody needs to go or not. I'm easy either way.
we're good to keep going, everybody? Yeas
I
and
think
nays?
so.
I'm good.
Okay. As we make our way towards the swamp, I'm just going to ask her, like, can you tell me any more about this twin-tailed comet?
What would you like to know? Now, you know yourself that at like the beginning of the time skip, I don't know if you remember when we started session back up, that the comet had appeared is probably about that year and a half ago that it appeared in the sky. So you've seen it. It's at nighttime, depending on cloud and stuff like that. You see it. It's been there like as a constant
Oh.
for the last year and a half. But she asked, "What would you like to know?" Other than it's a blessing and a gift.
I suppose I'm just curious, really. Maybe a little jealous, even.
It is a calling for some of us to thwart chaos, to kill and destroy the evil that plagues this world. Say, most of us can use the which, as I've spoken with the Inquisitor, you should know well about the cleansing flames of fire. That the gift we're given, we can channel instead of not just purging with fire to cleanse, we can use the fire to heal. We can ease wounds, we can remove sickness. We can also
Quite
destroy
jealous.
with fire, but it has been a gift, and the Inquisition has thankfully embraced us so we can be part of their organization as they lead the spear tip against the evils of the world.
Well, I never thought about it before, but I suppose I have my own little retinue over here, and I'd give just about anything to have one of you on board.
She just smiled, like a genuine smile at you. I'm not sure and she kind of looks at everybody else, and then with the her smile still on her face until she hits Cleo, and then the smile drops. I'm not
smile
sure
at
your
her.
group is quite built for what the Inquisition does.
Not exactly the same, but I have saved a city. I'm just one person, and they're just all one people at a time. I like to think that we do more harm than good. I mean, I like to think we do more good than harm.
Yeah, she's like, really?
No, hold on, I
Interesting
need that
slip.
side. Fuck my nose. Shut up. That was not what came out.
True feelings.
That that sounds about what I would expect to hear from the what did the Lord Inquisitor call it?
No, that was
Butcher of
not.
Calth.
You're not holding that against me, Bradley. No, that is not what I meant.
But it fits so good.
The phrase is usually more harm than good, and that's where my brain went. No one says more good than harm, so I said the wrong phrase. I meant we do more. I like to think we do more good than harm. Do you guys would like how I waited 2 seconds and I was like, wait, no, that's not right.
It is good to know that you've helped this city, but and it seems that hopefully you have found a better path than the stories I have heard of your reasons for being exiled from the Inquisition and exiled without being purged or purified yourself.
Well, I'd like to believe they knew I was coming from the right place, but a failure of duty. I don't know what their reasons are, what they tell everyone else. That's what I like to believe, and I don't really want the confirmation because it's not going to be nearly as kind.
As you're having your conversation, that you've now kind of reached the edge of the fins where they start, and there's already a lot of watch are out here checking the area. As you get up to the stretch of land that starts bordering there's you see many like child-sized footprints leading to the edge of the water, and then where they kind of stop, you can tell it looks like a large skiff had been breached up onto it, onto the a drier part. So apparently they were loaded onto a large skiff of some kind. And then as you look up, the fin just stretches out. It looks like a maze of waterways and floating bog. You see other areas, cypress trees growing up, dense swamp type bushes, and the watch lead that's there is like, other than these tracks, we haven't found anything as they're addressing you, Orin. So it appears they were taken out into the fin, but we can't track if they were on a boat. Say we do have one if you're going out further, and there's a he points off to the side. They've got their own skiff out there. You see a few smaller skiffs that guys are out there with the poles pushing, that they're out there searching.
I look at Sock and company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ready?
Sure.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Let's go.
So what are you doing?
Check the chat, Kate.
Oh, pretty good. Better than yours.
If it was worse than mine, I wouldn't be asking, would I?
Well, I assume that's what you wanted to hear.
Do you think Scab could track down these kids?
I mean, there's like footprints and stuff, so yeah.
I'm just saying, sense of smell would be pretty good.
Yeah, as y'all are talking about this, just you thinking of it, Scab is sniffing around, and definitely lots. You're getting the vibe of many different creatures, as in, because there's multiple children, it's not just one. Their scents are getting mixed, but as you're running up and down the edge of the fin, kind of wading out a little bit, a few foot out in the water, there's nothing for her to sniff onto. If they had walked through and touched things, maybe, but they were loaded, as you can tell, loaded onto a barge. There's no way for her to sniff that out.
Hmm. Yeah, it seems like they got on a vessel of some sort.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
I mean, we could follow the waterway, right? On our
There's not a
Pleasant.
specific. That's when it looks like you get that kind of feeling of hopelessness, all looking at like which fucking direction did we. I mean, yes, it goes south, but it kind of widens out in that like cone shape from where you're at. And which direction did they go? They probably went south at some point, but it's widens out into a very large fin.
Well, I'm good to just head down the way aimlessly. See if we see any signs of life whatsoever.
All right, well, we've got one vote for wandering aimlessly.
I mean, it's a start. You want to start with that, or are you going to sit here and debate on what you're going to do?
I guess we're gonna wander aimlessly.
You load the barge, start going out. Of course, Scabs at the front, just sniffing and sniffing. Everybody's, of course, looking out in different directions, trying to see if they see anything. Who wants to roll the first percentile dice?
I'll do it.
Okay, roll me percentile.
Hell yeah.
First hour passes and no, it's just bog. There's nothing that stands out. There's nothing Scab can pick up. 1 hour and one child gone.
Thanks, Orin.
What do you continue just searching, going?
I'm gonna do something weird. I'm gonna cast summon. Oh wait. I need a gilded acorn worth 200 gold for that spell. Never mind.
And do remember you have 5 inquisitorial agents, an inquisitorial zealot, and an ardent with you.
Yeah, maybe I'll hold off on the weird shit for now.
I'll roll the next percentile. I'll be
Okay.
responsible for another kid.
Okay.
Wow.
As you the next hour passes and another child is gone, but you see up ahead a large landmass rising up in the swamp. Let me scroll down. Hang on, I gotta find my spot. The island itself is little more than a large mud-covered hill emerging suddenly from the swamp waters ahead. As the last screening growths of foliage are cleared, its oozing mud-covered slopes are punctuated by countless bits of rotting debris, and it looks more like the muck at the bottom of the swamp rather than a landmass rising out of the swamp. You immediately spot a skiff pulled up onto its muddy beach. Looks like it's tapered, but it looks like the at the peak of it maybe about 100 foot above water level, and you're looking at roughly as you kind of go around it to check everything, 700 by 900 foot total landmass and length and width, with the slope of it taking up most of that space. But you do see that skiff pulled up on the beach.
I jump out of the skiff and start moving that
This
way.
looks like our kind of place.
Okay.
Much better than the last small piece of earth that we found in the middle of found in the middle of the water.
No, that's a good
Ooh,
roll. There's
yeah.
a cumulative 5% chance per hour to find this place by just wandering.
Oh, so my 6
Nice.
was like god tier.
You had a 10% chance.
Yay.
5% for the first one, 10 for the second, etc.
Way to go, Sock.
As you get out and go over there, you do see a multitude of child-sized footprints by the skiff, leading to a copse of cypress trees at the base of the hill. What are y'all heading up the hill, or what are you trying to get set
Yeah.
out and do?
I mean,
We're gonna
Might as
follow.
well.
We're gonna follow them footprints. See if La Dog can get a scent too.
see if it leads to children.
Go forth, my beast, my children.
Yeah, Scab definitely picks up some of the you get the vibe you get through your bond is familiar. So the same sense that she was picking up.
Mm. Oh yeah, she's onto something.
As you approach the top, you see there's just bugs. Well, first off, Cleo, give me either a nature. Yeah, just give me a nature check.
Don't do it.
Okay. Yeah, you don't notice anything different. Nothing sticks out to you other than this is just an icky swamp. At the top, say just lots of bugs, swamp foliage, a few snakes here or there, and then just a breathtakingly depressive view of the green and brown marshland that it just abuts up next to the grays and browns of the city in the distance. And
Bradley
so,
said butts.
butts.
I don't know why that's where my brain went. I have no idea.
So as you're heading
Bradley
up
said
there,
butts.
shortly after entering kind of the shade of the trees and this copse there, you catch the sight of it looks like a male, like a man, dressed normal city garb of people you see in the poor areas, in the slums, and he's just kind of huddled pitifully against the base of one of the tree trunks. It looks like he's extended his hands like if he's begging for coin, while keeping his eyes differentially downcast. He's completely motionless, other than the slight sway of his extended hand.
I guess I'm gonna walk up and say, "Sir, are you okay? What's going on here?"
As you get up there, give me a perception check.
I hope I'm good at those. I'm not.
Okay. Just seems to be poor. This is about 10 foot out. Yeah, you can't tell as you get closer. You can see that it looks like he's recently deceased. His skin's only now beginning to show the models of the decomposition, and you catch that his arm is held out by like thin strands of webbing from a tree limb above you, and is just a slight breeze blowing the tree, and that's what's causing the hand to kind of to sway. And then the wind kind of shifts, and you catch that putrid odor that then becomes apparently of overly rotting meat. Not just the fins itself, you've got kind of that rotting vegetation smell, but then you get that whiff of rotting meat. And I need you to roll initiative.
Mm.
Oh
Oh,
boy,
yeah.
oh boy.
Oh yeah, this is our place.
It's our place when we have to roll initiative.
Feels like home.
Holy shit.
I thought it was going to land directly on that one.
Fuck you.
Okay, so this is just the ear of the mind right here. I'm assuming pretty much everybody else is probably standing like that 20, 30 foot back while Sokka approaches, unless would you have been doing anything different?
I may have come up with him.
I mean, you're still going to be within that I'm going to move and attack range.
No, definitely. Yeah, but yeah.
So as you get there asking, kind of checking this man, as you notice this, it lunges, like lurches at you. Sok.
Eh.
And oops, wrong button. Got to target you first.
You don't have to do that.
And it hits you just this big, meaty punch. Right in the chest. You were not expecting this, especially something that he looked very frail, thin to begin with. Just unloads this punch into your chest. You do fail your system shock roll and no reactions. Your disadvantage on attack and disadvantage on skill checks. This is just for a round.
Ouch. Okay.
And then it's getting the rest of the way up with its other action. Oren, you see this thing just unloads into Sok.
I think I just
Nobody
lost a
unloads
couple of
into
ribs.
nobody unloads into Sock unless it's me.
Or a teenage boy.
What?
Oh,
Unloading into a sock, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Badoom.
He's not. The monsters and then the combat tracker.
Yeah, it is. I guess I thought I uncovered it. Hang on. Is it not there?
No,
Is
I
it
see a lot
visible?
of agents.
Is it not visible now?
I see a Bog,
Yeah.
Boggy Boy,
Yep.
and his 10,000 inquisitorial agents.
They all turn on you.
No, my
Oh,
God.
fuck.
Hell yeah.
Did I roll? I did not roll initiative for those inquisitorial agents. Initiative. NPC initiatives. You do not get to go again. You already went, dude. That's your first. You get multiple attacks, don't you? Or did
That
you
was my
already-
second attack. My
Okay.
first one missed.
Are you done?
I think so. Yeah, I'll pass.
Okay. Agent 1 jumps in there. That's a miss. And a hit. Agent 2 rushes in. Well, that's a good hit. Both hits for him. Max.
I shall. I'm going to try and get to an angle where I'm not shooting through people, and I'm going to shoot. Yeah.
At the you've got Sock standing there. Orange just went and 2 agents went there, so you're not gonna you don't have a clear like line of sight that doesn't have somebody darting in and out. So
Okay.
disadvantage if you're shooting.
All right. Well, if I can't get a clear line of sight, I'll just walk up and stab him with a rapier instead.
Yeah, I'm saying with this being theater demise, but people are like jumping in, moving back, repositioning, making room for others to come in.
Well, time to. Actually, I have my silver short sword. I'll use that instead.
Do you have anything that gives you advantage so you can get sneak attack?
Well, people being right there gives me.
Yeah,
gives me
he's got friendlies within 5 foot.
Unfortunately, a 7 is not going to do it.
Neither does a 13. Sock.
I back away with my newly cracked ribs.
I'm assuming you're doing disengage.
Yes.
Okay, so you managed.
For some reason in my head, like you didn't say it, but for some reason in my head, his punch knocked me far enough away that I wouldn't need to.
That's fine. We can play that.
Just like blow.
Yeah. Okay, we can play that. So well, I like it. We'll do it for the theatrics of it. He knocks you way the hell back. But I will say that you, because of the mud and stuff like that, you slip. So half your movement to stand up, but if you want to take an action to cast something, you're far enough back, you won't get
Nope.
an attack of opportunity.
I'm not even gonna do anything. That's my turn. I stand up and I
Move further
actually
back.
let me. What do we have here? I'm gonna drink. I have a potion of greater healing, and I'm gonna drink that. I have
Okay.
2 actually. I'll drink one of those.
And remember, y'all also have 20 fate points.
How much is a potion of greater healing? Is that 344?
Is it not listed? I don't remember.
Potion there. Yeah, 44 plus 4. Okay. It could be worse.
Okay.
Okay, that's much better. That's much better than over half my health missing in one hit. Imagine that. And that's my due.
Leo.
I shoot that thing.
Okay. Now it's going to be disadvantaged because you've got lots of dudes swarming in.
What in tarnation?
'Cause all the
Yeah, that's
inquisitorial
fine.
agents are all running in as well.
Yeah, I still shoot that thing. I'm going to Henry's mark. My targeting. Yes. It is a miss. Second attack. That'll hit.
Double 17s.
First shot just goes completely wide.
Six points of damage. And that is all.
This agent makes his attacks. Another one so close but so far away. So these dudes, the rest of you see, appear to be competent warriors. Out of 6 attacks, only 1 is missed. Next guy. the zealot goes charging in. This dude doesn't. He's just got like a breastplate on and nothing else. Shaved head. I mean, he's wearing clothes. He's not like nude with just a breastplate on. And he's got just a great sword. Oh shit! He takes his first attack, takes a big chunk out of it, and just not even trying to compensate as he swings back with a backslash and slips in the mud. And let's see, narrowly like missing chopping the leg of one of the other agents. Other agent. Yes. This is the guy he almost slashed his legs. This guy jumps back. He misses his attacks. Scab.
Scab is gonna hold her horses right next to me. There's a lot of dudes and a lot going on. We're just gonna chill.
Yep. Moose. Is Nick there?
Yes, I was just muted.
No problem. It's your go.
Like a silly goose. Well. Ah, shit, I just closed the map. Hang on a sec.
Good thing, because we didn't have a map.
Oh. What was
Smooth.
that I just closed then?
I don't know what you had up. So this is just theater of the mind. Unless you were still on the other map and you just had it open from the previous fight.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense because I was wondering why we were reusing that map. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm targeting. Am I targeting? Yep, I'm targeting it. I am going to get up in its face. And I'm going to be very mad when I do so.
It did just deck your best friend in the chest so hard his ribs cracked.
Damn it.
Here's the ugly image of it.
Oh, I rolled off the 20.
He doesn't look like a scrawny dude by this drawing, but I was just wanting to share that the artwork because it cracks me up. It's like its arm sewn onto its rib cage or something because it's missing from the shoulder.
That's actually really funny. All right, I hit it one time. And oh, it's partially resistant, you bastard. All right, that's my turn.
I don't assume Brandon is back yet. Let me see what he's got. He'll try to dart in and he's keeping the his special dagger kind of sheathed with all these other people here. He's kind of leery about that. And he's just gonna dart in real quick. Try to get a stab. Oh, look at Reggie. Gets that sneak attack in. For his big 5 points of critical damage. I don't have her in here yet because I forgot to make her. She's actually just standing. She moves back a little bit, and she's just trying to watch what's going on. next one up, Agent 5. This must have been the one that almost got hit because he missed everything. Back to Reggie again. He's gonna do the same thing. Holy shit, he hit. Reggie, Cleo, back to you.
2 more shots. Just roll them at the same time. That is the wrong thing. Heal him back, please.
Well, just see if you hit. There you go. So, no harm, no foul.
One more. And one misses. Working as intended.
And it's just a clear miss. This one's got several targets. I'm gonna see 1 to 3 is one of you guys. 4 to 6 is one of the other guys. One of the other guys. 1 through 6. Who gets it? Number 1. Agent number 1. First attack slams into this dude. Armor taking most of the blow on that one. Ooh, that was almost critical. Second attack. Slams into him. That guy is looking pretty rough. Agent 2. Hits. And this is Sock.
Now that if I throw the acid vial I have, that will be disadvantaged because there's a ton of people around him, right?
Correct. And that's going to be also affect an area.
Okay.
When it breaks.
I will be a giant pansy about this and drink my other potion.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's another 4d4.
Actually, hang on. Because I don't have her in the contract. Before you do that, I say the Ardent's there. She reaches over. You feel like a hand on your shoulder. And hang on, I gotta make a check for her. Yeah. And you just feel like a warmth spread through you. You can heal 12 points.
Oh, that's all of it. Then in that moment,
you turn and look, and you see her hand on you, and the other hand is clutching her necklace, which is a pendant of the twin-tailed comet.
That feels very strange. Not unpleasant, just not what I'd think I'm normally used to.
She just smiles and nods at you. And from the way you've healed yourself before, this was it feels pure, but it also is on that edge of feels like it could almost burn you.
Like opening an oven and it feels really good, but it's like, probably shouldn't stay in here for too long.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end my turn then. I'm good.
Agent 4. Miss. Moose.
Yay, the big damage.
Oh, almost.
Still hacking.
Yeah, it's like you're taking chunks of this thing are just falling off of it, but it's like, holy shit, it just won't stop. Max.
I am going to stab.
Boink.
We
There
have
you
several
go.
people here, so it's time for a sneak attack.
You gonna be Bony, Mr. Bony Man out?
In front of the Inquisition? I don't think so.
I'm just asking.
All right, that's my go.
The zealot stands back up, just yells. It's almost like it's similar to like seeing Moose freak out. Not as bad. This where Moose a lot of times is kind of a controlled rage. This dude's just like screaming. Oh shit. As he comes in, he like almost takes this thing's head off, and the head itself is just connected by skin, just lolling there like on its chest. As that critical almost took its head off, and misses with his last swing. Agent 3 hits with its first. Miss with the second. Agent 1. Actually, that dude, he's just going to take the one slash at it as he kind of backs out. And he takes the head the rest of the way off. And it just falls to the head falls to the ground, but the body's continuing to move. This thing should have gone down, but mechanic wise, it a natural fortitude made it save. And he's backing out, holding like his chest where he got hit by this thing. Oren.
Tell you what I'm gonna do.
Tell me.
Swing once.
And it goes
I guess.
down. Yep, it failed its save on that one.
I had it the whole time.
Everybody kind of catching their breath. The one inquisitorial agent holding his chest where this thing punched him. The Arden walks over to him and lays her hands on him. And you just see like it's almost imperceptible, like a light under her palm where she touches him. Just like kind of a reddish white warmth from underneath her palm. And he is healed. Put him at. Okay, he's still got some bruising showing, but much better than he was. Arden, after that, walks over to the body, holds her hand upon the pendant, reaches down, and just flames leap from her hand and engulf the body, and it just starts turning to ash. Filth be purged.
Huh.
Is this a common threat here?
I have not seen one of those before. Well, no.
In my experience, there's always something new
Sadly, you're right. Time is still of the essence. We must move. Continue heading up the hill. And let me... find my stuff. See if I can put some people on here. And let me share this real quick. Okay, cool. You should just have a black screen right now.
Yes, sir. I love those.
That's what you got.
Anybody want to trade?
Yeah, I'll trade.
Hell yeah.
Damn it. Stop. Damn it. Saw happened to fall behind the line of the map where I've got drawn off and it could not move back onto it. And
I have escaped.
let go of the map, damn it. Can y'all see the map now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Zoom in for Chad. Okay. Back over here. Close some windows. Large that. Close that. Brandon still not made it back yet?
Doesn't look like it.
I don't think he's going to be coming back tonight.
I hope the little one's okay. So at the base of the hill where the cypress copse meet the slope, a cave opening draped with vines and tendrils of swamp plants so that it resembles some form of primeval mouth with a tangled green mustache drooping over it. You see large spider webs span the overgrowth slope on the left side of the cave, which is on the left and right side of the cave, which has trapped several mundane birds wiggling and squawking, trying to get out of the webbing there. So basically, yeah, just all along the sides, left and right, are nothing but webs and the tangles of vines and stuff.
Let's go through it, I guess. Should be fun. Oh my god, I can't see shit.
What's the worst that happens? We all die?
When I grab my character, I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's showing just a big X, like when you're trying to move it. Hang on, let me see. Where are you? I mean, can you get it there? If I just move you out of the way.
I just literally whenever I touch the character, it just like goes the screen goes dark.
That's
like when I'm not highlighting it, it's fine.
I wonder. Hey, that's maybe. I wonder if it's sharing. Is everybody else select your character? Can you see? Because with no light on there, I'm curious if it's giving the group vision, and you're seeing because Cleo's got night vision or dark vision.
I don't see anything when I select my character.
Okay, that's what it is. So yeah, you're using the shared vision. Give me a second. You do see that the inside of the cave's dark. So if anybody's gonna strike up any kind of light, let me see if I can adjust
I'm not
this real
sure I
quick.
have torches. Not in my inventory, at least. Oh, I do. I'll light up a torch.
Okay. Let me lock this. Nope, not that. Effects. There you go.
There we go.
I just moved stock up here a little bit to. Okay.
I assume this is the way through.
Yeah, that's you can see that's the cave entrance. All to your kind of the northwest and southeast are just covered in webbing. Of course, there's like live birds trapped in it. You see them struggling, trying to get out of the webs. Give me a perception check as you walk up there.
Perception
Yes, sir.
from me.
Okay. Before you get too close, you see, bare like on the edges of your vision, like both sides, like some movement up in the web in a mix. You see like where the vines are kind of mixing with it. You see some movement in that area.
I'm going to point it out to the gang. It's moving.
Cleo, very easy guess for you with the webbing stuff. There are probably lots of spiders up in here.
I think it might be snakes.
It feels like in another life I've been in this exact scenario before.
Badgers.
There's no bridge here.
I was thinking
Not
about
copying
back to the.
Killstow, I promise.
I was thinking back to the first GrimDark campaign with the spider cave.
Oh yeah, there too. Oh, because last night we had the spiders on that bridge.
It's been 84 years.
Thank
Sweet
you, Scott.
memories.
What?
You, or in this, like you have this vision. It's like almost dreamlike as you turn your head. It's like a ghost or something. You see this guy running with like a torch in his hand, like, and he's throwing it forward.
Weird.
Then it's just the vision kind of fades.
I'm getting out my torch.
Okay, you sparking one too?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me find my effects again. There you go.
Hey, Cleo.
Yeah, bud.
Do you think they're gonna get upset if I burn their webs?
Yeah, they might get a little upset.
Okay.
Now the webs themselves aren't covering the cave entrance.
No, but you know,
We could just not touch them if they're not in the way.
we'll try. Everybody coming? Everybody leaving the station?
Yeah, let's go.
We sure do love caves.
Okay.
I would like to go 1 week without having to go into a spooky cave.
Sorry.
I'm gonna-
You haven't been
I'm
in
gonna
a
turn to
cave
the
in a
artist.
while.
When was the last time you guys were in a cave? It's been a while.
I'm gonna turn to the Ardent and just be like, "This is what I deal with constantly. Constantly these people are making sarcastic jokes. Does it get old? Sometimes. But you know what? They are willing to throw themselves at my cause. You can't buy that with gold.
Well, maybe not at it, but near it at least.
She's kind of shakes her head. So you going
Oh
in?
shit, that was another sarcastic comment. I'm sorry, Sock.
I get the squirt bottle. All right,
I'll
Barney
go
taking
first.
point.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
line up how you're going. And I'm assuming you're trying to not mess with the webs.
Yeah.
Reggie, of course. I'll take the back. Where do you want to be, Moose?
Moose will bring up the slack, right?
Yeah, I'll hold the anchor position.
Okay. So y'all start moving in. And you do feel nice when you finally get up there, Moose, that these finally are, at the moment at least, a cave entrance that doesn't feel like where you're gonna scratch your shoulders all up just by walking into it.
Whoa.
About damn time.
Let me unlock. Are they locked? No, y'all can move.
Yeah,
Okay, don't
free.
go past that line though.
No, sir. Wouldn't dream of it.
The others are coming in behind you too. So as you get into this area, the walls of the cave are gray limestone oozing with moisture. The cave is very cold and as attested by the large stalactites growing from its ceiling 40 foot overhead. But most of it has been broken off and blunted by some unknown force long ago. The floor is a different matter, though. It is almost entirely composed of a great mud pool of unknown depth that stretches from the cavern's entrance to the exit on the far side. At numerous places throughout the cavern, islands of stone break the surface of the mud and extend a foot or two above it. Like the stalactites above, these appear to have been broken off and blunted. Dozens of these flat-top plateaus are spaced throughout the chamber, almost like stepping stones. And let me change maps real quick. Gotta look that up again.
Please pay no mind to my really big circle for a moment.
I've got to see which way y'all come in at on this one. Where is north on the map you're on? Is this done correctly and it's straight up? Okay, cool.
It's dark.
Yep.
I'm scared.
So there was a second there you said that, and I got blind and deaf mixed up, and I was like, "Who cares? You're deaf."
It's dark. I can't hear.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Just stick a flashlight in your ear, you'll be fine.
that's what you see with the light you have.
Bradley,
And-
can I do something kind of goofy silly? When you're ready.
Of course.
Never used this spell before, but I've always wanted to. I'm going to hang on. I'm gonna listen for things, and I put my ear on the ground, and I'm gonna cast Earth Ear. It doesn't say I have to hear them. It just says by doing this, this is the components. I put my ear on the ground. I determine the location of creatures in my range.
Like, kind of gives you like tremor sense.
I guess so. I don't know how it works. Let me roll for the spell
Make
before
your casting.
Yes. That is a success.
Okay, just a second. I gotta move some maps around.
If there are any creatures in my circle on the ground, I can tell
Creatures.
where they are and what size they are.
Okay. I'm checking. So you get a ping, and I'm gonna kind of draw the size of what you get.
Everybody else sees me put my ear to the ground like I'm listening for something, and it's very silly.
Is this one of those circus acts?
And see. And you only get a partial ping. Damn it. Like on the edge there. You're guessing it's about the same as the others, but you only get kind of that half ping because it's on the edge of your. But you do. There's not a lot of movement, but there's movement, and that's about the size of the area that it's taking up.
I'm gonna elbow Moose next to me. And I'm gonna start pointing out the spots where I'm feeling things move.
Well, now he can only
so-
basically that first one is the as far out as he can see. Everything else is dark past that because of your light range.
Is this?
Or let me. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me look. I'm looking at me.
Is this water or what is this?
It's mud, and you don't know
Oh.
how deep it is. Let's see. So halfway, like the first one, the first circle there would kind of falls in that bright light range of the torch, and then the rest of that is falling off. It's with the torches here that's screwing with your vision to see further into the dark. So it may show it on your map, but you are basically limited to the torch light now as well. If it was all off, then your vision would open up. But with the torches, you kind of motion out in front of you all two large areas.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff in the mud.
Do you think they're friendly?
Do you want to find out?
I mean, yes and no. Tell the Inquisitors it's safe. How far out? Where's my measuring tool?
Say each big square that's there is 10 foot. So
Okay. So this one on the right is like, I want to say about like 12 feet away from the nearest piece of land. Well, if we want to get out there, definitely going to need somebody to go out there first.
or try to run and jump.
Moose.
Well,
Moose, have you ever heard about mud wrestling?
You or me, we're running it.
why not both? But I want to lead the way. And how high up did you say we were again?
Could you take this rope with you?
Like hold it or tie it around
Now
me?
the parts you see, the little flat ones, that's like the is stalactites or stalagmites, the one that come from the bottom?
Tights
Tights,
cling
I
to the
think.
top.
Sure. Whichever one, it doesn't matter. Those are coming up. Each of those flat areas is basically rocks coming up out from the mud about a foot above it, 1 to 2 foot
Okay.
above the mud, and that's basically worn blunted smooth on the top.
All
Are they
right.
standable?
Yeah, they look solid rock, and of course you can judge by that. The ones that you can see there are anywhere from maybe 3 foot, one of those small
Okay.
ones, to 8 to 10 foot in places, depending, like that one to the right of the first circle. That's like a 10 foot by 8 foot kind of.
And you did say that based on my vision, I can see those
Whatever
circles,
with
or I
the
can see
no,
what Cleo's pointing out to me.
basically Cleo's pointing, and you're like, imagine you're standing at a lake and somebody's pointing out to a spot in the water. It's kind of like that. It's like you see the direction they're pointing, but you don't know precisely exactly what she's because she's got a basically magic pointing those out to her like a beacon. You just know she's pointing out
Right.
at one hand's a little pointing further away, one hand's pointing closer.
Okay.
You know what?
So, Cleo, do
just
you want me to like go like reach in there with my hands and pull it out, or do you want me to just start swinging?
avoid the mud over there. Just go this way. This is a nice, safe path with no monsters on it.
Are you sure? Because we can kill the monster.
We're not killing every single monster in this cave.
There's a lot of stuff
Okay.
in here.
Okay, fine. I will go here, and then I will go across the mud with the rope.
Okay, so you're getting in the mud?
Hell yeah.
Okay. And you said
And
you're
then-
taking a rope?
Yeah, so Oren is giving me
Hang
one
on.
end. What?
I was just saying before you like all the drawing and stuff.
Oh,
So,
yeah. So he's
what do you-
giving me one end of the rope, and then I assume that means he's holding onto the other end, right?
Yeah.
I get. Okay, cool.
Okay, I just making sure. It's like, are you doing that, or is it like, hey, take the rope and then throw it back over, or so Oren's going over
No.
here too?
No, one of us is staying over here. The other one is going to the
Right, but you're
rock.
staying on the
Yeah.
edge right here, right? Are you holding the rope like back over here?
No, I'll stand by the edge.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go out here with the rope. He's gonna stand right there, and we're going to connect this.
Okay, so you slide off into the mud, and that's where we'll call it for tonight, and we'll pick up next weekend. Since
All
it's
right.
almost 4 hours going here, I figure people are getting tired. It's 4 a.m.
Sounds good.
Fair enough.
Very, very nice.
Cool. First, let's see. It's. I think the last time y'all were in a cave is when Moose got cursed.
Good times.
Great times.
Cool. Thank you guys for playing. Happy birthday, Miss Catherine.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
I'm glad everybody hung out
Do
with us tonight.
you?
Appreciate the raids and the subs and the follows. All that is very much appreciated. You can catch replays of this campaign or others on YouTube and Rumble. Likes, follow, shares appreciated. Emojis, comments, and all the good things to help drive engagement is also appreciated. If you'll hang out through the credits, I will find us someone to raid if anyone's still up. Otherwise, have a great rest of your weekend, and thanks for hanging out. Night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Good night.